Well, hopefully we are live. It's telling me we're
I
offline.
can't see
Okay.
anything on your side of the screen, by the way.
Sorry?
I can't see anything on your end, by the way.
Oh, okay.
So before you go live.
You can now.
There we go.
Thank you for letting me know that before we started anything. And I just wanted to just check. That we are indeed live. Can you say something? That we are indeed live. Can you say something? That we are indeed live. Can you say something? That we are indeed live. Can you say? Whoa, what the? That was the weirdest feedback. I apologize.
Oh, am I feedbacking? Should I?
No, not you. I was. It says we're live. And I'm just trying to... Can you say something?
Hello? I hear an echo on your end.
Yeah, there is an echo.
I should really plug into it.
There is an echo on my end. Okay, but now I just wanted to check that you were coming through. So you are. So that's amazing. Yeah, hi everyone. Welcome to the stream. I'm Mari Still Plays. I am off center in my own bloody video. Hi. We're playing Times and Galaxy, and it's a journalism game. It's a game created by game developers and journalists, and it's about journalism, which is going to be amazing because I am, if you were not aware by this point, I am a journalist. I have Creatrix Tiara with me, and before we start, I'm playing this game on Yalukut Willem land, and this is the land of the Bunwaran people of the Kulin Nation. We pay our respects to their elders past and present, and we stand with them in their right, with them in the fight for treaty, reparation, rights, etc. This land always was, always will be Aboriginal land, and for anybody who's unfamiliar, that means we are on Melbourne land in Australia. It's just past 7:30 Australian Eastern Standard Time. We usually do mystery games, murder games, Ace Attorney games on this channel. We've been back after months of hiatus. We played Times and Galaxy Story 1, Case 1, I guess Day 1, Cycle 1, I don't know. Last week, I don't know how you'd count it, and yeah, I've got Creatrix Tiara with me.
Hello.
Because I find it very hard to play
I am on and off journo. I'm not currently a journo, but I have been.
Yeah, I find it very hard to play a game with and talk. Remember to talk to the audience. So I'm very bad if I'm by myself. Hence why Tiara's here. Because I am so used to playing games and internalizing the whole thing. And before we start, just want to say sad news in journalism world. 200 jobs being cut from one particular paper company here, and that's nationally, so in Australia, so it's very sad. But we've also got all sorts of strange happenings across the world right now. And Julian Assange was freed this week as well.
A lot of the arts and media industries right now,
yeah,
around the world, are taking a hit. Like the games industry is layoff after layoff after layoff.
Definitely. So it's an interesting time for journalism, let's say. And I'm keen to see like what we come across with in the rest of the game that like kind of parallels all of that stuff that's happening. So I've been waiting a whole week to play this because in the demo you got to play story 1 and the story 2. So I know what story 2 is going into it, and I think all of you will find that very amusing. I hope it's slightly changed. There were a few changes we saw in like the general stuff on the ship. So you play as a robot reporter in a parallel universe in space time. It's a sci-fi setting. There's a couple of other species around as well. So yeah, going to be fun. It's so much fun. And load game. I don't know. Continue, I guess. Continue from where? Okay, alright, yep. Also, so we have just been given our next assignment, which is the cat show. And we found lenses, photographic lenses for... I will run so that you are not mad, Tiara, because Tiara was annoyed.
You little robot.
Now we've explored the rest of the ship, so I think we should just go straight to dog and cat show. But do you want to go to archives first? Actually, let's go to archives first, because I don't think we get to go to archives after we come back. I have not seen, like, usually when you go to like cover a story, you have to like file your story on your return. So you may not get to actually go look in archives. So was this the archive one? Okay, so I was...
This is like sort of the lexicon for everything in this universe.
Yeah. Robofights orb, Manchu shapes, River Seal. Yeah.
Don't mind me, I am mukbanging.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to see if we can find anything on cat shows. Laws.
On the what?
On cat shows.
I feel like you will only know this
Afterward.
after we do the case.
Well, that's a bit
So
weird.
I sought to spoil you, potentially.
Yeah.
Like, this is not, you get to do, I don't think it's sort of game where you doing prior research helps you any. I think
Because...
it's more like,
Peanut
they don't want
gallery.
to spoil you.
So because like it's interesting that they put it all in, because this is like definitely a part of journalism. So that's why I'm like thinking, is there a possibility for you to do some research while you're writing your story, or like is that species is maybe it's in here?
Don't think you can cite anything from here. I think this is more just like background lore.
Yeah, it might be lore. I don't know.
Otherwise, I feel like if there was meant to be some sort of mechanical advantage to you reading stuff from the archives, I feel like they'd tell you.
Well, I would just think like if you wanted to well, this is always that day's paper, which I think we're meant to read, because later on, like, there might be stuff here. I'm just gonna quickly go through this. I feel that there are gonna be stories where we are going to be able to uncover stuff because something else covered in another story is like linked and we don't realize. But
Maybe.
yeah. And then this was the meeting of the Zeals. I have a question. Is it because, okay, I think it's because we just have done one cycle, so we only get one paper. Thus, I'm trying to work out like the left and right arrows at the top. I don't think we can use them right now. Okay, so we've got that rich guy who died. We've got that poison game that people are playing. And we've got like people reminiscing about the first time they met Zeals. Okay. Okay, they're doing there. Is he gonna be snarky? He is, okay. Yay, let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh, and we got the... Didn't we get the hat? Didn't we get a hat?
What hat?
Oh my god, the charisma hat.
Oh, well, yeah.
Oh, no, he's working on it, right? We haven't got it yet.
Yeah, he's working on it. You said, like, can I get the hat, please? It's like, alright, I'll start working on it now. So I guess when we come back, we get hat.
I'd like to use it for this one. I want to make sure I ask the right questions. He's not gonna talk to us, okay. I want my hat. Quite ready, yeah. Be patient and come back. Yeah, so we've just got the boots for now. But presumably, can we actually, do we need to like take these now? No, I don't want to talk to you. I want my boots.
I think we're wearing them. It's the boots that lets us run.
Yeah. No, okay, right, we're wearing them. Oh, like, so it's going to open up a button or something that we can use at some point, basically. Are you ready to head out on assignment? Yes, let's go to this goddamn cat show.
A block of tofu.
You're having dinner.
I just had a block of tofu.
Okay, hold on a second.
Cosmic Cats, Fancy the Crown. They give you the headline before you write the article, which doesn't usually happen.
Awesome.
It's funny how, like, even in Apollo Justice, that one journal character that helps out toward the end, you know, his whole thing is crafting headlines, and yet headlines are like the one thing maybe that the journalist doesn't have much control over.
Not usually. In my newsroom right now, I do write a headline. I write a headline, I write an intro, and I write the URL. And then my sub-editor usually changes. But they try to like teach us how to write headlines as well, but it's usually a sub's job to do the headlines. But we don't have a lot of hands right now for that, so we all try a shot at our headlines, but they inevitably get changed. Yeah, and sometimes you can have a guesstimate of what the headline's going to be, roughly, and then it changes. So if you have like a headline before you start the story, you always know, like, you're not expecting it to write to the headline, you know. Okay, let's look at these things. Okay, so there is... Let's look at this thing. Oh, sorry, I should be reading these out. Apologies. 50's cat treats. That cat looks happy enough. Cats usually have human teeth, right? That is a good... It's a good... That's a very, very, very... good observation to make. I had a giggle in the demo as well. Okay. The press! Someone actually came this time. I mean, welcome to the show. You must be with the Times and Galaxy. I'd recognize that jacket anywhere. There are lots of eye-catching entries this quarter, so please take your time and look around. Can you tell me about the categories? Of course. We are down to the finalists. There are 4 cats left to judge and 3 awards left to give out. Okay. Stinkiest Pet, sponsored generously by Fitty's Feline Snack Treats. Most Unique and Best in Show. I have my predictions, of course, but it wouldn't be right to share them before the judging. How do you define...
Oh my god, I wish I asked that. I didn't get the chance to.
We need to ask this. Okay. How do you define a cat? Great question. I don't have time to get into the intricacies of the rule book with you. I asked this question, this is what I got. So I think there's a follow-up question that I missed. But the basics involve coat, temperament, ear shape, snout, presence, snout shape, nostrils. To a non-expert like yourself, I can see that the array of cats might look quite exotic and bewildering. But for a trained fancier like myself, I can identify a cat nearly instantly and with great accuracy. And let me add, it is just preposterous that they added the robo category. This show is about species, about biology. I honestly don't know what it's coming to. If I'm asked back, I'll be unlikely to attend. The Humania Invitational Cat Show isn't what it used to be. But as long as I'm here, I'll uphold any standards I can muster. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to prepare for judging.
Oh, he just leaves.
See, I wanted to hear about the contestants and I should have done that. Versus.
Yeah, I feel like I think I went to like one of the other 2, but then that's it. So I feel like you only get one of the 3.
You can't go. You have to see the final judging. Should we start it now?
No.
No. Get back out there. I wanted to talk to you a bit more. Okay, Leslie, let's see. Many of the cats around the room are preening or being pampered and brushed by their owners. This one sits alone. Rather than fur, it has sleek metal plates. It's in the shape of a cat, but the similarities end there. Finally, I have been waiting 2 hours and 7 seconds, okay? I don't know what to ask exactly.
I love her already.
The robo category is relatively new, but fully recognized. You're surprisingly uninformed. There is no actual rule that states a contestant and their entry have to be distinct entities. In fact, Marco Wonderclass famously won while fused to his cat. Although the legitimacy of that win has since been disputed. It is my lack of any communication issues that allowed me to sweep the robo category and make it to the finals. It will allow me to secure most unique as well. Pardon my social protocols, they are a bit outdated. Let me introduce myself. I am Leslie. Why enter cat shows? There's been inorganic effect judging. Why enter cat shows? I wanted to show myself off. Wouldn't you if you look this good? What design version is this? You're looking at Leslie 2.1.6. Drink it in. Take all the time you want. I need to download an update to my preening subroutine. Leslie goes still and unresponsive, working on the update evidently. Okay. I think we need to go all the way to the back for a second. Because this guy annoyed the hell out of me. I was like, I want to see this.
Oh my god, same.
Sigil Milkwick's booth appears to be closed. You can't see the cat inside. Someone appears to be peeking out from behind the curtain. Excuse me, Sigil McQuick, go away. I don't have time to talk right now. I don't know what to ask. What should I ask?
I guess it depends on how confrontational you want to be.
I feel like I apologized last time. Oh, I said, like, you look like you have plenty of time or something. I don't know. Right. Sorry, it isn't ready right now. I don't want anyone to see Rex until the judging.
Can you tell me what kind of cat Rex is?
No response. It appears that they have other priorities. See? Let's go back and ask them again. Not now. Is there a tennis ball we can throw? That's what I'm thinking. Tennis ball! Prizes and trophies for this show's winners. They include Best in Show, Most Unique, and an award for the Stinkiest Cat. All are sponsored by Fitty's Feline Snack Treats. Mr. Divine Whiskers, last quarter's winner of Fitty's Intersolar Cat Show. His fur looks light and fluffy, like he could dole out a fatal static shock if pet incorrectly. The way the picture is displayed makes it look like Mr. Divine Whiskers died. Aww. A selection of cat toys and products are on display. There is a space helmet made for cats, or possibly made so its wearer looks like a cat in space. I like how they did this one too. Cat tools. I was able to look at this before. But see, you can't see Rex because it's covered by the sneaky. The sun is shining and the 40-foot birds are chirping. Okay. Some cat trees. Some are clearly for gooier cats that can survive without oxygen. You'd hate to see these get mixed up. Humania is a lush planet bursting with beautiful flora and exotic wildlife. You can see some just outside the window. Yet these people prefer to spend their time in this stuffy, sad room. Priorities, I guess. There appears to be a goopy and glowing object on the floor here. Is it a hairball? Which cat made this and what are they eating? Mittens seems to be watching you in that container. Fortunate that Mittens is in there and you are out here. Pet Mittens. You gently pat the glass and Mittens blinks, all eyes swiveling over at you. Nice? What a nice cat. This cat is inside a containment unit of some kind. Its owner has apparently just finished cleaning the glass. I see you. Sneaking glances at Mittens. Don't be shy. It's perfectly sensible to be enthralled by such an eye-catching cat.
I mean, I guess this doesn't really look like cat either, right?
Did you breed it yourself? Oh no, I don't think Mittens was bred at all. Made, more like. But that's all I'm saying about that. For the moment, at least. Is there some reason for that? Certainly.
Can I know the reason?
Oh, the reason? It probably would be inadvisable for me to share. from a legal standpoint. Curses. Curse myself. I'm keeping it between me and Mittens. They're pretty loose with the definition of cat here. Aren't you into... See, they clammed up so quickly. I'm really annoyed with myself because I have asked all the wrong questions. I asked better questions during the demo. Curses! Curse myself!
I mean, like, if you're gonna go off on Rex, Mittens also is like, there is nothing really cat-like about Mittens.
Oh, I'm not... No, there was stuff I found out about Mittens before the last time I played. And I did far better. I was like... Cat appears to be made entirely out of slime. It looks like a pile of goo doing its best impression of a cat. Hi, got your peepers on Emil, do you? You must have keen optics. You read. Oh, me? No, I found Emil. Or I should say, Emil found me. At a waste disposal site. We share a special bond. Berber.
Cat go splat.
What were you doing at a waste disposal site? That's kind of private. But if you must know, I was collecting debris for a macrame project. If you'll excuse me. You wouldn't know, but Emil is already famous. I made some posters of him and they're selling like mooncakes. So I don't have time for your interrogation. So he got mad at me. There you go. That's what happened last time. I got that far. I am very bad at this interviewing. For an actual journal, I am very bad.
Well, people are just very, like, reticent to talk.
Judge Rudy Luxel, poised, elegant, forbidding, smells vaguely like disinfectant. The cat riding their shoulders is watching you hungrily. Lot of interesting cats out here. That little beast Mittens has certainly caught my eye. Emil
There's a cat
and...
on top of his head.
Yes. There's one down here, there's this one, there's this one.
I like the shadow one.
Yeah. Emil and Leslie are intriguing too. How did the cats... Anyway, probably should get... I think we can actually ask her all the questions. How did the cat show get started? A small group of expert beast breeders first had the idea for a show. Myself among them. We originally hosted it on Central Station, but the attendance was extremely low. As it turns out, there are more cat fanciers on Humania. Also, the winning cat was accidentally blasted out the airlock.
That face of the shadow cat.
Never mind bloody shadow cat. Do I say that's terrible or like...
So suspicious.
Don't worry, they were a species that can breathe in space. Okay. We were eventually able to coax them back with the right treat. Unfortunately, the treat was an all expenses paid vacation. Overhead costs were very high that quarter. Okay.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. Well, you're always a judge. I was a winner in one of the first ever Intersolar Cat shows. As an expert in the field, I was quickly tapped for a judging position. I do sometimes miss the competition, but it's better this way. Do you ever enter your own cats? Can you tell me about the cats on you?
I would go finalist for journalism reasons, but I don't know. You might get interesting stories about like his own cats, but guess it depends if you want to go full story or not.
I didn't even get down this branch at all. I went, I think, about the cats on her, and then the final is, do you ever enter your own cats? I prefer not to put my cats through the stress of competing anymore. All the excess grooming, the preparation for the talent portion, and not to mention there are a few experts who could replace me as a judge. But enough about me. Is there any particular finalist you wanted my expert opinion on prior to judgment? Okay. Tell me about Emil. Oh, the Felis avicularia, a common breed of goop cat. Nothing particularly notable about that entry, besides perhaps the smell. Spent rocket fuel, lemon, and garbage, perhaps. Tell me about Rex. Ah, Rex, that's correct. A mysterious entrant, even I haven't gotten a look yet. But Sigil Mickwick is known for their bold entries when they do attend. So I expect Rex will be an exciting specimen. Tell me about Leslie. An entrant from the new category, I'm interested certainly. Things have been stagnant for too long here. New categories are exactly what this competition needs.
Yes.
And I have to admit that design is sublime. The ears, the tail, classic. Tell me about Mittens. A fascinating subject. As I said, I'm quite intrigued. I tried questioning the breeder about it, but they wouldn't give up much information. Trade secrets. Us breeders are admittedly quite protective of them. Enjoy the show. Okay. Oh, did you realize it's Judge Rudy? Judge Judy?
Not until you said that.
I just want to kind of... Famously, not now. He.
Do you not get the kind of investigate the glasses thing? Not glasses. You know how like in the other one, there's a bit good zoom in to investigate. It's a group of cats. And of course, the tea and coffee station.
I'm just wondering if... I feel like I completely mucked it up with these.
Well, it's too bad.
I know. Anyway. A dispenser full of what looks like cat treats, probably Fitty's brand. Will you eat one? It tastes like ash, but the crunch is satisfying. Somehow you understand just a little bit better what it's like to be a cat.
Oh, you have something for your story.
Can we? We eat another one. I'd better not. Probably for the best. Huh? I want to get a cat treat and then throw it in front of this and get Rex to come out.
I don't know.
A plush fish with its... It's hard to imagine what any of these cats would do with it. A selection of cat toys on display. Plush fish with X's instead of eyes to suggest it is dead. It's hard to imagine what any of these cats would do with it. Okay. I guess, like... I have to go back to... this guy now. It's thoughtful of them to offer oil alongside the coffee. A selection of refreshments provided for guests, including a bowl of silicon and onion chips for Robo.
No, but snacking is most important.
You can't go. You have to see the final judging. Should we start it now? Yeah, sure. On to the judging then. See, I got 17 out of 28. I didn't get everything I wanted to.
Nah, I only got halfway too. I don't think it's possible to read.
Oh, janitor bot. If you're looking for the judging, it's on the other side of the room. Okay. Judge Rudy Luxel claps loudly. The room comes to attention. After much deliberation, the judging committee has reached an agreement. I give you now my co-host, Colonel Greg's presenting the first category, okay? Gernald steps up to speak. For the category of stinkiest pet, generously sponsored by Fitty's Feline Snack Treats, Luxnar Ironworm with the Felis avicularia Emil. Luxnar jogs up to graciously accept the trophy. Heck to the yeah. In your face, Space Wards. Moving swiftly along. For the category of most unique, the winner is Leslie with the cat construct, also Leslie. Leslie trots daintily forward and accepts the trophy, gleaming flawlessly under the lights. Was there ever any doubt? No, there was not. Judge Rudy Luxel claps for attention. And now, what we've all been waiting for. Best in Show. The competition was stiff this quarter, but we reached a near unanimous decision. Near unanimous.
There's only two of you.
We award this high honor to Sigil Milkwick with the magnanimous and breathtaking Rex. Sigil power walks up with Rex.
This also annoyed me. This is why I thought if I got the... Like, I didn't ask the question, how do you define a cat the first time?
Yeah, I know. But I don't think it actually changes the outcome.
If we had a better answer, we could dispute this.
Yeah. Don't think it changes the outcome here. Thank you. The cat barks enthusiastically. Poof. It's been an honor to improve the show. Walk, the disobedient one, seems dejected but continues to polish Mitten's enclosure. And now, to wrap up, I will read aloud our list of donors and beloved sponsors. Oh, hello, darling. So sorry, I was slammed earlier, you were not. What you need to know about Rex is, he loves belly rubs, he doesn't drool, and he has blood. Has there ever been a more perfect cat? That is all I have to say. Thank you, darling. Thank you. Thank you for your interest. Okay. Rex is not giving autographs at this time. Oof. But is he playing with the ball? Wak looks dejected but resolved. Can I get a quote for Times and Galaxy? Wak sighs, lifting Mittens from the table. I'd prefer not to. I don't have anything to say. Okay. Time to head home. Okay. I think I'll make Mittens a treat. If they suck too much, they might melt the containment unit again. Again? Oh, Jesus. Emil is made of beautiful glistening slime. Would you like to pet him? Yes. Your hand doesn't sink in, but rather sticks to the surface. Okay, and comes away coated. Oops. Better hope the smell doesn't linger. What to talk to you? Luxnar is feeding Emil a treat or pushing it into Emil's body. You must be really proud. Laxna looks up brightly. Emil mirrors this movement. Well, I'm just overwhelmed, overjoyed, overcome. Emil feels the same, don't you? Emil emits a noise that could theoretically be construed as an affirmative. Was that you making the noise?
Yes.
Oh. Okay, I've just realized something. Why am I so low down in my chair?
So you are kind of sinking down.
I'm singing here. Somewhat better. I'm gonna talk to you first. A good showing, wouldn't you say? Was the deliberation hard? Well, Gurnall put up a bit of a fight as usual. He always thinks his backwards traditionalist opinions are the most valuable. But we agreed in the end, and I do believe the best cats won. Next show's contestants will be even more impressive, as do I. Prime knows the field could use more attention, so thank you for taking the time. Capillary, say goodbye. The cat riding Rudy's shoulders hisses at you.
No, we don't get to do the other two cats.
Yeah. Glad to see there were no injuries this show. Perhaps I will participate in the next one after all.
Why made you choose Rex?
Are there usually a lot of injuries? Okay, why did you choose Rex? Ah, such a fascinating beast. There was a lot of discussion. Ultimately, the biology and the appearance of such a creature, it had to be best in show. Are there usually a lot of injuries? I will admit, there have been some maimings, but that's no reason to avoid the show. You're not going to put that in, are you? Just strike that, if you will. No maimings to worry about. And as you saw, this show was great. And no bribery, which is a real win. Last quarter, someone threatened my life. Oh, why didn't you tell us at the start of this? Lucky for me, I value my integrity too much, okay?
Over your life.
You clearly understand nothing about the world of competitive cat breeding. Good cycle to you. Yeah, he doesn't want to talk to you. Is that bolo tie out of style? Too Humanian, perhaps? Doesn't want to talk to us now. Okay. Go back and find Leslie.
We needed the photojournalist here. Leslie.
Hair and goo everywhere. Leslie is preening on her table. Are you satisfied with your win? Leslie makes no response except for a low humming noise. Code scrolls by on her eyes. This might be an update protocol. You're probably not getting a quote. Okay.
Leslie was unavailable for comment.
Let's build our story. Okay, so 25 out of 28. Not bad. I feel a bit better now.
I
Ah!
think I got like half of it. I didn't get as much as that.
Okay, quarterly cat show held on Humania. Enjoyable time. Rex wins. Panting canine wins show. That's informative. Okay. Robo category. Robocat makes history at Humanian show. Mittens. I still think Rex is like the obvious story there.
Yeah, I think I went down the Robo route. But
Yeah.
I think the Rex is the obvious story. Yeah.
Uh,
Or maybe I
Rex
did Rex.
wins.
Also. But then, like, the demo ends, so you don't see the consequences of those actions.
Panting Canine wins cat show. The show happened quarterly in the Solus cat show was held on. So we get +1, +2. Then we get the Solar cat show was held on Humania. A furry tail-wagging cat named Rex was crowned best in show at this quarter's Intersolar Cat Show on Humania. Okay. Focus on winner. Not crap. The show attracted a wide variety. Best in show, most unique, and an award for the stinkiest cat. Okay. Other winners included a Robocat Construct awarded the most unique in a cat-shaped pile of goo deemed this quarter's stinkiest cat. Put that
I
one
would have
in.
gone the other awards, maybe.
Huh?
I would have gone with, like, the other. Who else won?
Yeah, I might put that in. I like this one.
It's a good one.
But I am one. He told us not to put the stuff about Maimins in. He didn't tell us about this one, right?
Yeah, he didn't tell us not to put this thing in.
Not every judge appreciated the wide variety of cats on display. So we go from Panting Canine wins cat show. We focus on the winner. We talk about the Robo background.
I thought you were gonna do like the other winners because it's just sort of random. But that's
So this sets it up for that one, that quote, and then we've got
yeah.
a trap. Okay, let's see what we can put in here. I like this bit also.
We were talking about cat definition.
Dogged contestant.
Yes! There we go, dude. Cat trees taste like that.
I don't know. I don't know what we put down.
I feel like we need to mention like the other winner somehow. But we have 2 places to say this. And also the thing about like how people nearly killed him over. Yeah.
Panting Canine
Wanna check
wins.
the key code section?
Huh? Sorry?
Let's see the whole story goes.
Panting Canine wins cat show. A furry tail wagging cat named Rex was crowned best in show at this quarter's Intersolar Cat Show on Humania. The other winners included a RoboCat Construct awarded most unique and a cat-shaped pile of goo deemed this quarter's stinkiest cat. Not every judge appreciated the wide variety of cats on display. It's just preposterous that they added the Robo category, Judge Colonel Gregg said. Prior to judging, Sigil kept their cat Rex hidden behind a curtain, refusing to let anyone see the animal. I think that works. What do you think?
Yeah.
Are you ready to file your story and head back to the scanner? Yes, away I go. Okay, time to file. Okay. Oh, smack bang in the middle! 3 reader sheet. Oh, not smack bang. Curses. Wow, you really dug deep into that story.
I don't think you have to be smack bang in the middle. Like, they even dissuade you at the very beginning from going smack bang in the middle.
Internship cycle 3 bunks. Okay, we're in the bunks.
Ooh, oh, new place.
Oh, we saw this before. This is in the dorms.
Yeah, but like the demo ended before this.
Yeah, the demo ended at this point, but we explored it last time. We couldn't explore the ship in the demo, but last week we explored the ship and we came to this. RE5000. Don't mind me, I was just watching you sleep. Okay, creep alert, creep alert. Creep alert. Why are you watching me sleep? I wanted to make sure your new charging station is working. Going forward, you'll recharge your batteries and collect your thoughts at this station before each new cycle starts. The good news is that everything seems to be in working order, okay? You're all charged up and ready for whatever Arvin has planned for you. Hopefully it's something a little more exciting than a cat show. I actually enjoyed the cat show. That attitude will get you far here. Whether it's journalism or ship maintenance, they really expect everyone to pay their dues. Even Gravity had to cover a cat show or something similar way back when. He'll never admit that though. Oh geez, look at the time. I'd better get back down to the engineering before this whole ship blows up, okay? I'm kidding. Don't worry. That hardly ever happens. Alright. Do we collect our thoughts? Your cycle off and there was a firmware update, but you slept in. Hope that the last time. Oh, Janet about hi. Infuriating. Access file heavy sigh remix.web. Play on infinite repeat. What's wrong? JanitorBot eradicates filth. My sacred function.biz. Yet JanitorBot is forbidden to enter individuals' bunks, while they are permitted to keep their doors open, taunting JanitorBot with vile messes that JanitorBot is not allowed to clean. This puts JanitorBot's programming into conflict with itself. Generates error corrupted file feeling. No patch fix available.
Oh, that's such a good term
available.
For like that feeling where you don't know how to proceed.
Yeah.
Like your two flummox error corrupted file. That's so good. I'm stealing that.
Yeah, error reported. But JanitorBot is told to continue on in this apply state agony.
God, this is so relatable.
Do we flirt? I mean, why not? Okay. I kind of want to flirt, but I also want to ask, like, would you ask to enter bunks? Access memory. Oh, JanitorBot has asked so many times that they changed JanitorBot's programming to forbid JanitorBot to ask again. Yet the feeling/pain remains. A denial of service attack on JanitorBot's custodial being. Anyway, JanitorBot is falling behind on cleaning schedule. Access file : conversation/endings.
This is my favorite character now.
Thank you for conversing with JanitorBot. Letting vent feelings.exe play in full. Please report any new spills immediately.
This is JanitorBot's my favorite.
New status: ignore bunks. As best JanitorBot can.
Love it.
Martina keeps a running tally of personal bests on her door. Those numbers keep going up. Okay. Lint is in the trap and it's screaming save yourselves. Okay. You can hear the broadcast of a thrilling Muncho match coming from Billy's pod. A human has swallowed Og's smallest moon, which is really just a reasonably sized rock. Hi, Billy. Oh man, I locked myself out of my pod again. Haha, oh no. Okay. You need help, mate? Okay, you're not talking to us. Billiards is to trilliards as snooker is to snookest. Okay. Waterfall. Waterfalls often hide secret passages, but not this one. It's just a waterfall. Rumor has it these pods are outfitted with zillion thread count linen woven by microworms. Luxurious.
Would you ever like sleep in a capsule bed?
I'd try it. Ooh, it's a front gammon set. Easy to play, very similar to backgammon, but your gammons come from the front instead of the back. Okay.
I feel like I'd find it too claustrophobic, maybe.
Okay, going to the newsroom. Don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. Ooh. Oh lordy, what is the intern? Your name stands out beside all the other scratchy, scrawly penmanship of interns past. Okay. Your fellow intern is hard at work in the intern pit. Oh, hi. Did you want something? What made you want to intern here? What do you mean? It's the Times and Galaxy. I was incredibly lucky to get this position. And I got it on merit, not because I'm some new type of robo. Ooh, this is like everybody getting mad at the diversity quotas. Like the amount of times I hear, but it is true, because like the amount of times I hear people like going, "Oh, if you're a white man, you don't get employed anymore," and it's just.
Oh yeah. That's every fucking where.
But it's also true to an extent. If you're a white man over a certain age, ageism also comes into play a little bit, and like so that is very true. A lot of older people I know are finding it very difficult to keep jobs in journalism. Like also now, they're laying off a lot of senior roles, and so there's a lot of younger people who don't get the mentoring and are suddenly thrust into these positions. And so things are going wrong because they haven't come up slowly, had the time to learn all of that, and then because jobs are getting cut and smooshed together, there's bigger workloads as well. So you don't have all this kind of like unseen pathway of learning because you are getting rid of seniority roles. And there is like this whole thing where sometimes you don't have a promotion pathway set, so people stay in senior roles for longer than they should, and then there's no way for other people to move up. So that's also a factor, but like people can't seem to strike a balance. Yeah, so then you get all these people get made redundant, and then they can't get other jobs. They're not the ones being hired. But then it's also like the younger people are also not the ones being hired, and so it's like, who the freaking heck is getting hired these days?
Right, like nobody. What jobs?
Or worse, the Daily Scraggler. But then you go into like newsrooms and they're like, oh yeah, we need people. It's like, well, something's obviously gone wrong. Like, does HR know you need people? Because just if you guys want like the perfect best person ever to walk through your door, and that's what you're holding out for, your paper's going to be dead before you get that. So, and I think like people want people to be up and running, and they don't realize that you have to train people. People have to take time to get used to it. This is any job in any sector. When you get a new job, your first 3 to 4 months, you're learning the job, right? And then after that, you kind of can zoom off. But it's the Daily Scraggler. But I got this internship. So no offense, but I'm not going to squander it small talking with you. No, but you'll squander it back chatting about the stories you're getting. So shush and wait in your corner. You should get back to work too if you want to last around here. Sometimes
chit-chatting
is the job though. Ugh. Look around, reporter bot. You and I are the only interns here. We are competitors. Okay. You think they're going to hire us both? Please, tell me they put some logic processing in that big metal skull. We can be friends too. You just don't get it. And that's fine. Have fun when you end up working for the dealer. Or worse, the Daily Scraggler. Ha! Yard cackles with laughter, but there is no joy in the sound. So much for becoming best work buddies. Like,
have you ever found this kind of competitiveness?
I pay no attention to this sort of competitiveness because it is not how it takes a lot of energy to be this competitive. It takes less energy, frankly, to be nice to people. So if this is how you're going to be, then you're only screwing yourself over because you're funneling all this energy into being this sort of having this sort of attitude and being this sort of person. And you have to make some hard decisions sometimes, and you're not going to be everybody. Like, it's not just in the newsroom, but in life in general, you're not going to be everybody's friend, right? Like, there are just going to be people who don't like you. And that's fine, but that doesn't mean that you react that way. And if you see, like, everything is like, this person is never going to join a union, for example, right? Why would they? They already see everybody as a competitor. So this is someone like who is fully absorbed capitalism. They think it's a rat race. They believe it's a rat race. And yeah, it is. It is a rat race, but it doesn't mean you have to comply with all the things that the rat race says you need to do. So
Yeah.
So sometimes being friendly and not viewing your colleagues as competitors, even though all of you are working in a very capitalistic state of being, is like something, sometimes the most revolutionary thing you can do. So, yeah, you talk about the dealer or these other papers, and you'll go off on them, and you'll be like, oh god, what the hell did they put out, right? But at the same time, like, and you'll be happy when you get a scoop over them or whatever. You'll be like, haha, I got one. But it's also like, if you sit down to play, like, say, a board game with someone, right? You are not gonna be, if you're this person, you're not gonna be well liked. Nobody's gonna want to play with you. And I think that's the same thing. Like, nobody's gonna want to work with you if you have this reputation. People might begrudgingly respect you, and you might use that to get far enough, but you're gonna have other things. You're gonna have to have other things to back you up. Like, you're going to have to be really good at what you do for people to have enough respect for you that they comply with what you want when you turn up and you ask your questions and everything. If you don't change that kind of attitude, or like your colleagues will comply with you because they'll be like, oh, we have to keep them on because they're good at their job. But people want to be around people who are nice. And like, he says if he fought so hard to be here, then they should be, I'm not saying they should be grateful for any opportunity. You should definitely, like, push back. But every story is a good story. I don't think they should be buying into any hierarchical nonsense. Enough of that is fed to us as it is. Ooh, let's go look at our comments. The reader responsotron has new messages. I actually spoke to a journal once at a function, and I was introduced to them by somebody else. And they found out that I'm writing about property stuff, and they were like, oh yeah, I have contacts because I sometimes have to do those stories. I was like, oh, okay, yeah. But I don't call them afterwards, and I delete them. I don't want to know any developers, etc. and all of that. It's like, okay. But that's someone who has, and they've said things about freelancers as well to me. And that's someone who, when they say these things, they've changed their mind, at least on the freelancer side of it now. So I feel like they're capable of changing their minds. So I'm hopeful for them. But it's dehumanizing talk. So worries me a little bit when people start becoming competitive like that. Because people are not the best people sometimes, but like, they're still humans. That you have to remember that, I think. I say all this and I'm not even in view. Oof, apologize. Reader responsotron has new messages. The first new message is titled Mancho article. Ooh. I cannot believe your sports reporter left Crankto Underton off of his list of 5 Mancho players to watch this season. Unforgivable. Underton's an auger with the gut strength to go all the way. Did Mr. Bolide even read the toxicology reports from the pre-season exhibition matches? Stats don't lie, and I look forward to watching Mr. Bolide completely revise his list by the season's halfway point. Sincerely, Dactor Renchant. Okay. The second new message is titled, Why don't you write about Humania more? Why not, huh? Are all your fancy-dancy reporters too afraid of spending some time on this glorious gem of a planet? Cycle after cycle, your predictable paper covers the latest news on Prito, and especially Central Station. Boring. Come down to Humania and find some real news, you cowards. Whatever. Clem Gibbons. No new messages. Aww. Check. Goo has sloshed over the sides of the bed. Aw, Puffpiece has been frolicking in their dreams again. Puffpiece!
Put Puffpiece to the cat show.
We should have, but it didn't happen.
Well, I think that was the finals, but next time.
Okay, let's talk to this photography board. Chuck! Captured, intern in the snacking area. Should you be slacking here? Nice to meet you, Amari 5. Did we introduce ourselves before?
I don't think we've introduced ourselves to this person. Or this.
What are you
tripod.
doing? I'm snacking. But I have nothing to prove. I'm the best there is. You, on the other appendage, should take a hollow page out of the other intern's book. Put your smell receptors to the grindstone. Wow! Okay, dude. Captured unremarkable reporter. Oh!
Wow! Enemy on site.
Okay. Dude. I'm just gonna continue doing my stories ethically, and like my boss will tell me if he needs me to like make it more alien interest or sensational or what have you, okay? So you shush and put your gears somewhere else where no one else gets to see them working, preferably. More like the other intern, my ass. More like the other intern. No. I want to go to the archives. I'm going to go to the archives. I don't see the other intern going to the archives. You shushing me.
You're so mad.
We're like, wait, I want to like lean over here. Oi! Yaro, Varo, whatever your bloody name is, you got a mate, alright? Too bad. Here's a... No, I can't actually say that because I'm also inorganic. There's so much for you not liking robos. At least one of them wants to be your friend and you're missing out.
Office politics already.
Of course! I thought it was only going to be Gravity and that other jackass, but presumably other jackasses abound. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay, actually, I need to talk.
Gravity, your opinion, dude.
We need to talk to you because, hey, dude, like, did you know about the cat that died and also the cat that went out the airlock and also this bribery nonsense? Ooh, scandalous. Can we write a follow-up piece? I got all this information.
He's the opinion writer. I don't think he's...
Here it is. A shining, timeless example of award-worthy journalism. Yeah, okay. Nani? I'm waiting for an insult because there must be an insult behind this. Oh. My very first article. Oh, okay. I often reread it. I'd recommend you do the same. Everyone should. What's the first article? Wasn't a cat show? It was a cat show.
Was his first article the cat show?
I think it was. Why your first article and not your latest one? What? If you're implying my skills might be slipping, you're on my writing's age left. No, I read to remind myself of something. The headline reads, Big turnout for Humanian bake sale. Still not enough to save local library.
So not the cat show.
Aww. The pathos, the emotions, the many baked goods I had to sample. I captured it all. Went well over my word count to do so, obviously. Then they cut it down brutally to fit the page. It was still incredible, of course. But I swore I'd protect my beautiful, perfect writing. Oh, Lordy God, one of these. Okay.
That's why he's like, my opinions, do not edit.
From foolish, naive editors who couldn't tell what a priority story was, if it was their job. That's why this is all of this nonsense so far that we have come across is exactly why I never want to be promoted from just journal. Because then you have to manage all of these different personalities.
He's just an opinion columnist.
No, but like, think about it. If you're the editor, right, or even senior journal sometimes, like if you're the editor, you have to manage all these bloody personalities. And I already have zero patience for most things in my day. Right? So like, I just don't know. I'd be the type that be like they'd be like opening their mouth and I'd be able to work out what they're going to say and I'd be like, off with you! You're out of my office! Back off! I don't have the patience to screw with you today. So like I get like, you know, people ask why, like we were talking about why journals were grumpy all the time, but maybe this is also part of why the editors and the sub-editors are grumpy. Because they're always holding their heads going, you know, journals are doing. That's why I reread it. It fuels the fire within me. That does happen. To fight for my integrity above all else. What was the first story I wrote? I wrote a column piece. Column before I wrote straight journalism stories, but I think the first one I would have written would have been one of my science journalism ones, and I wrote it. It did not get edited. When it got printed, I was like, oh my god, what do you mean it didn't get edited? Like, what? I nailed this, huh? Wow, I should read this story. Okay. You're one of those smart robos. Okay. I insulted you yesterday. What the hell? Okay, I need short memory, mate. Tell you what. I'll leave a copy on my desk for you to come study. Okay. For a nominal... What? I don't have money. I don't think I have money. I don't think it works like that. I think you cover my oil. Am I charging? I don't think as a robo reporter I have money. Do I have money? I have money?
Well, you haven't given any.
I don't even have an inventory. Nominal
fee. It's an unpaid internship.
And even autograph it. What? For a larger nominal fee. Nani?
He is egoist.
How much are the nominal fees? Hey, well, cheaper than my keynote fees. But if you have to ask, it's probably more than you can afford. We're probably given. I don't even have a bloody wallet. I don't even have.
This is what you're worried about.
I don't have a digital wallet. I barely have ID if I didn't have this bloody jacket I'm wearing.
Yeah, it's so easily stolen. Or cosplayed.
Like, dude, I came off the factory floor and got shipped here and put a jacket on. Like, dude, what money do I have? Did I even ask to be born into existence? So, save up. Good things come to those who are fiscally responsible. Nani? Oh, you see that? So the capitalist nonsenses. Off you go. Think on your financial situation and make a plan. Where are my social anarchists in this bloody newsroom? You'll thank me. See, this is a Canada game. Copy Chaser. If you Copy Chaser is a game coming. If you guys are watching, where are my social anarchists? My newsroom is 5 people plus a freelancer at the moment, and the freelancer I don't even know how long they're there for. They're temporary attachment, right? But I can tell you, my 5 journals are social anarchists. My news editor is a social anarchist. My sub editor is well, I think he'd like to believe himself a social anarchist and also a witch, but he's just really grumpy and very bad. socially talking to people. Sometimes. So it's a little bit hard with him, and even my managing editor. Actually, my managing editor probably would like to think of a social anarchist too, but probably a little bit more to a capitalist side. If any of them watch this, I am in trouble, but never mind. So why the heck in there has to be at least a couple? Where are they? Where are they? I'm in so much trouble. Okay, let's look at this. Bluffing with some muffins didn't end well for one Humanian library. One of my finest leads. Okay. Okay. How do I see it? Okay. Recreation. Quivers, shapes, mancho, orb, robo fights. It's still not here.
Yeah, I don't think this necessarily gets updated.
Other topics. I think maybe this is just to kind of understand what some people are talking about. If you can't understand it in context, you can come here.
Yeah, it's just background lore.
Yeah, okay. So in that case, like, that's alright. We have contextual thinking. Okay. Oh my god. We have a lot of stories. Oh my god, we have a lot of stories. Okay. I don't know why we didn't have... Okay, so this is...
It's new. They just unlocked it.
Okay, so this is maybe... New reuse center to open on Humania. Cycle 2 maybe, okay. The Augur Run Center will educate about ways to reduce waste and accept all products by Yaparan. Special to the Times and Galaxy. Okay, so this is... He got the waste one. This is the other intern, right? Cosmopoly Village Humania. Detritus litters the streets. A broken... Oh, so he's writing a feature. Lordy God. A broken vending machine spits sparks into the night air. On Humania, waste is no laughing matter. It's a crying matter. Okay. Mixing your metaphors then. Okay. You'd say no laughing matter. Full stop. You don't say it's no crying matter. It is estimated that Humanians create 1 billion tons of waste each year, mostly in neo-human communities. Worse, a lot of what is thrown away could be reused, but is not. Fortunately, a new reuse center is opening to help teach Humanians a less wasteful way to exist. It is called Drildars and is run by an augur who hails from the planet Org. Isn't that one of the augurs we met in the first story?
That's the planet we first went to.
No. But one of them was called Drildar, the guy who showed us his business card.
Oh, interesting.
So we met the guy who works at the factory, right? Not that guy, the other guy. Who's standing next to him that we also spoke to, and he said, "Oh yeah, I look into like getting waste products and stuff." Like he was waiting till the one who was waiting till the crime scene tape was down to go get everything. It's called Drildars and is run by an augur who hails from the planet Org. The augur staff are all experts in recycling, as most of their culture is based on working with whatever they can find. We're going to do a lot of repurposing here. Hungo Drildar, manager of the center, explains. If it ain't broke, find a new use. And if it is broke, well, now it has even more uses. That's our motto. Drildar explains that there are actual 3 R's to reusing waste the augur way. The first is reimagine. Think about the thing you're about to get rid of. It's every single part of it useless. Couldn't some of it go elsewhere? He explains. If you think hard enough, you can always find another use for at least a couple of parts. The second R is repair. Once you have another use in mind, what alterations do you need to do? Then you do those things, he explains. The third and final R is recommission. Put it to its new use. Easy as rust, he explains. Of course, this will be new information to many, and not every Humanian will be comfortable repairing objects on their own.
That's not a bad philosophy, actually.
It's not. As such, the center will serve 2 purposes. Firstly, as a place that Humanians can bring their waste objects so that the professionals recycle them for them. The second purpose will be to be educational. Drildar says they will run classes to teach Humanians these new skills to hopefully cut down on unnecessary waste on Humania. But what if the center can't find a way to reuse an object someone brings in? Trust me, we will, Drildar says with a loud laugh. We always do.
That's actually not a terrible perspective.
New human president steps down amid scandals gaffes. Okay, Ryla Grafpak ran a 90-cycle government marked by... Okay, so if the cycle is a day long, like, okay, he's in government for about 3 months, marked by embarrassing intersolar mistakes and public flatulence. By Ursop Underglass, political reporter. Oh my god, was there what do we call that in Aussie politics when like they change the prime minister while in government without an election?
Oh, a spill.
A spill, like, so it was a spill. Was there a spill? By Ursop Underglass, political reporter, right? Okay, so he's the political guy. This was the guy who was going on about the tabloid paper.
Yeah,
the dealer.
The guy who wanted like.
Yeah. Cosmopolis Village, Humania. Okay. After a chaotic 90-cycle run in one of Humania's highest offices, oh my god, he's a populist. President Ryla Grafpak is stepping down. Do you think they name these, like, after certain people? Speaking from the neo-human governmental press room and ball pit. Part of Humania's combination legislature and amusement park. What? Is this because like everybody watches some parliaments for fun because you can't
Well,
believe?
they want to make it entertaining, right?
Because you can't believe
like
what's
a
up
theme
to-
park in the middle of Parliament House. Like
Gr-
here.
Grafpak announced he was stepping back from politics. I want to thank the new human people for their tentative trust over the past 90 cycles, Grafpak offered. I really tried occasionally. That's hard to admit. Actually, you know what? I take it back. Just feeling gassy today. Peace out, Space Wards. He then pointed to a number of his political achievements, implementing floating toll booths for planetary access. Toll booths? I suppose if you needed a way of like determining who was coming into the planet when you have spaceships and stuff, I guess, okay. A new robo appendage tax, that seems a bit much. Is that for humans? Or I don't look how many robo appendages do I have to account for? I'm a robo reporter. And as we have just established, I don't have even a digital wallet. I don't know what my pay is. Am I a non-paid?
Yeah, but you're not on a Humania though, so it doesn't apply to you.
Well, Ramon, no, but you know, does it apply to tourists, working tourists? At that, I think the press has to go to a new planet, right? Like, do we have to get a visa?
That would drag down this game by
Like,
a lot.
okay, but like, listen, like, yeah, you're like, okay, we're on a spaceship because we have to go to, so it's a mobile newsroom, which is great, wonderful, understand, yay. But did you think if they're doing bloody toll booths and they have different governments or whatever, right? I know that they have like kind of one overall law system based on the Zeal thing. We saw that a little bit in the archive thing, but like, then.
Yeah, there's probably some law about journalists get freedom to travel.
Okay. New robo appendage tax and mandating buffet discounts for all government employees. Are we a government employee?
No.
Mandating buffet discounts for all government employees. Okay. Grafpak then offered a suck it gesture, took no questions, and began to walk away from the podium. He then tripped over an errant ball from the ball plate and landed awkwardly, audibly farting upon impact. So he didn't. Okay. Oh no! He shouted at the assembled media, acknowledging the fart. No! It is a fitting goodbye to a leader who caused stink after stink in interhumanian relations. Though elected on a confident but vague platform of connecting to the stars, Grafpak frequently made disparaging jokes about deep dwellers, drawing ire from the underground human communities. He also dismissed Humania's Gardner factions as backwater greennecks during a legislative session, which led to calls for an apology, which he refused to do. All of which resulted in Grafpak's quickly plummeting approval rating, which cratered at 16% last week, leading to today's announcement. As per New Human, neo-human law, an election will be slated for 32 cycles time from the announcement, and as per another neo-human law, Grabpack will be required to enter a period of exile due his sub 20% approval rating. This is known as the bad job contingency. Grabpack will be flown to a random planet to think about what he's done. He will only be retrieved after 90 cycles pass, equal to his time served in power. Is this
imagine
just
if
his
that
way
was
of
the
getting a vacation?
maybe.
Oh my god. What? What in the
All right,
world?
what do the other categories have for us?
Okay, wait. Alien interest, right? The shortest conflict, the longest. Oh, this is the 5 minutes war thing that was just a. So we don't have another story on that.
You have a story.
Okay. Sensational. We don't have one for this either. Well, all informational ones. Been marked. We don't have one for this either. So this
I'm
is
gonna run to the bathroom.
okay. You go to bathroom. This may seem like a lot of yarn, but each ball's thread count is one. One big thread each. Another cycle, another knitting project. So we're going to have a bit of a break for a second while I organize myself. Because I really need to... Why is this not as transparent as it should be?
You're not back. Hello, everyone.
Hi,
If you're trying to chat to us through Twitch.tv, apologies. I don't think either of us are checking chat.
I just checked chat. Like I have chat open in front of me. Nobody's been chatting, so but say hi. The one viewer might actually be me watching on the other device to look at chat. So, yeah, I was going to have a bit of a break. So give me a couple of minutes. Hey everyone, I'm back. So these streams are always part mukbang. So I have potato soup, potato and leek soup for my dinner. I am so excited about this game. Are you there, Tiara?
I am, yes.
Mm. Another cycle. Another knitting project. I don't think there's anything else to talk about.
No.
Okay. Alright. Okay, so we are here. Let's go talk to the other reporters before we get our assignment. Something Wednesday. Hey, a pipsqueak. Wish I had more time to show you the ropes, but I'm one highly toned calf deep in a hedge fund scandal. Can you tell me anything about it? Looks like a crooked hedge fund manager has been exposed on a Trebla. Okay, on Humania, alright. Been playing loose with the goodwill of gullible senior gardeners. Oh. Making off with their hedges and ivy assets under cover of night.
Like actual hedges.
Yeah. Sometimes, like, I'm just like, guys.
Or like it might actually be our version of a hedge fund, but because this is the gardener faction, it's all like plant themed anyway.
So it's
It's
plant.
like how in Animal Crossing.
No.
Currencies are bells and it's traded in for
Yeah.
leaves or vice
So
versa.
like, you know, are they putting all their money into the hedges, and they're able to trade the hedges and the plants? Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah,
Oh my god, it'd be amazing.
happening.
Why not?
How many layers of punnage is this?
Because if you have a hippie faction like that, why not just push it out as far as you can throw it, you know? Why not? It's been so many years since, like, probably centuries, etc., since they've like formed these factions. And if they're somewhat separate from the other factions, like, and they've kind of created their own societies, like, yeah, like, why not? That's probably their form of currency or whatever, their version of a stock market. Oh my god, that's so funny, because then, like, it's like the hippies have come full circle back to capitalism. It's just in plant form. Crime beat its duty to cover exactly how sick. Looks like I'm a Trebla bound. Catch you later, intern. Okay. She pats you on the shoulder with a force that leaves you wondering if your metal is dead. I like her. She's sweet. She's nice.
Fun.
Seems very kind to us. Kindness is not... Oh, suggestion box. No one's looking. Would you read the suggestions in your colleagues? Okay, yeah, let's do it. Please set up a special meeting for all the TNG reporters regarding the virus that is run on sentences. Please, copyboard. Read another. Of course. The cafeteria needs to bring back magnesium spark treats. Easily the best zeal meal this ship's ever had, but it's been like 50 cycles since we last gotten it. A hungry zeal. Uzz. Ah, this is the twins. Read another. It honestly scares me that there is no medical bay on the scanner. Can we do something about this? The box of bandages in the shuttle bay is not enough. Anonymous. Ooh, who's that I wrote? You've read every suggestion in the box. Shameless. Okay. I want to see if she's yelling at somebody today. Wait, can we go here first and see if he's left his little thingy? No, he isn't. Hollow paper. I like how they leave this around and it's meant to look like just newspaper. And it actually, like, the shape of it looks like newspaper.
Someone's dirty sock has been there forever.
Oh, she's not in the office. Where is she? Ooh, scary. Oh, we didn't find a seed last time. Did you spot a seed that I didn't?
No, we didn't.
Oh, curses.
I don't think that we were anywhere where there was a seed. Like, I didn't remember seeing one. We can see if we can pick up the hat.
Huh? Oh,
We
we
can
can.
try to pick up the hat.
Yeah, let's talk to people on our way out to get the hat. Dear Chilean, sigh. Another press release that spells my name wrong. Mm-hmm.
Does that happen to you?
Sometimes they don't send me press. Well, usually when they send me press release and address me by name, the person concerned knows it's me. They take a bit more care. But if they're mass emailing press releases out to a list, they won't bother with the thing. They would just say, just letting you know, like, this is happening, here's a press release. Like you've signed up to an alert or whatever, but yeah. Don't usually get misspelled names. Okay, does it want to talk to us? Okay, that's weird. Like, do you feel that a lot of creation of news is still like very much a mystery to you?
Me?
Yeah, like, do you feel like, oh, I don't know how people get their stories, sort of thing? I guess.
I mean, not generally, because I've been doing it since I was 18. Like, I started off in a youth journalism program by a national newspaper, so they train you in it and you get kind of thrown to the deep end. My first ever article was like a front page interview with a TV host who just happened to be a close friend of mine, so I got that in. And she had a new show to announce, so it was perfect timing. And then I got to interview the prime minister and leader of the opposition, right? So it's like, to me, not necessarily a mystery. But on an individual level, it's interesting. You know, it's sort of the same way like when people ask, like, how do you get your ideas for books or for games or for whatever? On an individual level, it could be interesting to like find out how people know where the ideas come from, where the stories come from. But on an overall sense, I've been doing this for like, it's been 20 years at this point. So even though I haven't been in it for a while, last I was Autostraddle and I finished that in 2018. It's been a hot minute. But it's not necessarily like a huge mystery. Why do you ask?
Because I think a lot of people are like, the wallowing weeper has sprouted, you can hear faint sniffles. A lot of people are often like wanting to know or curious.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to share how, you can. Then just because it's not a mystery to me doesn't mean it's not worth sharing.
That's not what I'm saying. I was actually just asking whether like you felt like a lot of journalism, certain bits of the way it operated and everything was still a mystery for you. Because I feel for like someone who isn't in journalism, it often is. Oh, he's talking to the plants. Okay.
I feel also like it kind of really depends on environment, doesn't it?
I sometimes come in here to muse on a current story, weigh the careful selection of one word over another, ask myself whether my perspective was indeed as unbiased as it could have been. Muse over word, important journalistic stuff.
Might be my internet, but that's FYI. But
Okay, right. This guy seems like he's a bit hard on himself. Any tips on my work so far? I had a chance to glance.
The connection lagged really badly just now, so I lost like the first bit of his conversation with you. What was he talking about?
he was talking to the plant, and then we came up, and then he said, "Oh, sometimes I come up here to think about whether I did the right thing on my story, etc., and to like sort of decide if I did or didn't, yada yada." I don't know why my green screen is showing. It's a bit odd. Why is it showing?
Did you turn like a filter off somewhere? Or?
No.
Check your properties.
That's what I mean, right? So it can't go. Okay. Yeah, it's still showing. Not sure why. Okay. The Cat Show. A difficult assignment for its utter banality and profound journalistic abjection. But you overcame the challenges with aplomb. Oh, he liked it. A moderate round of kudos are in order. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, so I did okay on it. I didn't do amazing. Meh. The replayability just to like win people's approval.
I mean, for what it is, I think it's like high praise.
But despite my humble origins, I have paved a path of greatness. Why just next cycle I'm off to Humania to cover an announcement being made by new human president Ryla Grave Pack. Ryla Grave Pack.
That's the guy we just saw who like.
What will he
his
have
way
in
out.
store? A potential scandal in the making. Indeed, mine. Is his memory going?
Or maybe they just programmed it because they don't really expect you to have seen the archives first before talking to him.
Okay.
So potentially this is like before it's reported that something's gone on.
You again, huh? Marty 5000. Arvin said you would be coming. I guess they wanted me to give you access to the bridge.
Oh, you like skipped. You skipped a bit.
Security bot stares at you awkwardly for a moment. Security bot out. Okay.
Okay, so you would have talked to the two beforehand. They didn't program a situation where you didn't talk to Arvin. Clearly he's got a quest for you.
Yeah, if you guys are watching Copy Chaser, sorry. I feel like I need to talk to everybody and then come to Arvin and get my assignment. You're new around here, aren't ya? What type of robot are you anyways? Some new experimental shuttle bot or something. Back when I fell off the lines, things were much simpler. Okay. So you come down here whenever you like. Aww. And grab a bite of something. All kinds of treats with different tastes. Okay. Oh, these guys are here. Oh. Do you remember how we met Bolo? Okay. Yes, in a scrum on Central Station. Okay. I was supposed to ask questions of the government official. Are they together? Are they best buddies? But I couldn't stop asking you.
It's probably like Wesley's attack of the hip kind of situation.
I wanted to know everything about you. It was embarrassing for the official. I felt sufficiently appreciated for one. Oh my god, okay. And look at us now, both sufficiently appreciated.
These two are like the catty gays of The Office.
I think they are.
They're not together, but they are the catty gays of The Office that are always.
It's complicated. It's a situationship.
I don't know. Maybe they hooked up once, but like their main thing is they're together to like bitch.
You might be right that it's the gays. It's like community for the gays thing.
This is fully the
Huh?
catty gay pair. Fully the catty gay pair.
Yeah. It's sweet, but I do want to talk to them, but I feel like they'll just be mean to me again.
I want whatever that's glowing.
Oh wait, this is... See, I keep thinking this is like a adventure game where you have an inventory and I don't have an inventory. I just have these
You
things.
don't have an inventory.
Yeah.
Like the closest we had to an inventory was when you found that guy's like camera lens. And it looks like you're going to have to pick up a book from somebody.
Just remind me to fucking save before I ask my questions next time. Like, God almighty. Okay.
You want to save stuff your way through the story.
Yeah, like, because I just want to... Like, I keep forgetting that it will auto-save, right? And I forget that I can also choose to save and load or whatever. But I don't see a load button for them. Like, where's the load? There's no load button.
Probably have to exit and then come back in.
Oh wait, let's go get our charisma. What's it? Ah! Hey, hun. Your third cycle already. Okay. How long is this internship for? A week?
I think 17 the number I've seen.
How are you feeling about the world of intersolar journalism? I am, as they say, killing it. I feel unsure. What if I make mistakes? I'm here. I trust that is enough. While I can't relate personally, I think that's probably part of the job.
Did you say feeling like you're making mistakes? Did you put feeling that you're making mistakes?
Yeah. And you can't really be worse than the last intern. Ooh, tell us about the last intern. I wouldn't waste too much processing power on fretting about it, okay? Aw, this is very sweet. She's very sweet to us.
AI has not come to affect this paper yet.
Ah yes, the latest issue of Toilet Stories. This should be in the bathroom. Here's this dude. Mari 5000, right? Impressive to think we have the first ever robo-reporter on our ship. How do you like it so far? Might be kind of nice. Knowing exactly what purpose you were made for. Oh, do you not know? I guess that's how it is for the Verge, but it could be restricting too. What do you think?
Oh, it's giving you a philosophical question. He's giving you a philosophical question.
It's tough. What if I want to be another robo, other type of robo? That's a good question. If I'd been a robo, I might have been one of those pencil pushing types like Copybot.
It's interesting how the naming conventions of the bots assume you're the only one of its kind.
We are the first one.
Yeah, but like, you at least had a name. Fari 5000. Janitor bot is janitor bot. Copy bot is copy bot. Food bot is food bot. None of them have like another name on top of their job description.
I think that's part of like people seeing them not as in the same way fully people. It's like, do you give your computer a name? Do you give your lamp a name? Do you give your scanner a name? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but like in this universe, the robots are also like autonomous beings.
They are, but I think the other people don't fully see that always, right? So in some circumstances, you are treated still as machinery. Especially if you are one of ubiquitous type model, right? So if there's a lot of janitor bots, you'll be going, yeah, that's just the janitor bot. Like, they're not special, no need to give them a name. They'll probably have like a specific designation, like a product number or whatever, right? But they haven't been named. They're probably mad about that. To be honest, that would be. And I think the only reason we are getting the special treatment is also, one, we are interfacing with everybody, and two, we are the first. Whereas it feels like the photography bot and the copy bot have been around for yonks long enough that people just disparage them that way. You know. Have your own path, yeah. Get to decide what kind of reporter you are, yeah, sure. I'm going to be Walka, a slanderous tabloid writer by the book type. They are? Of course they are, okay. You can't tell? Maybe you ought to work on your observation skills a bit, okay? Beep. Are you sad? You look sad.
Yeah, this is a Tom of Finland picture.
Beep beep. The goop looks nice here, brightens up the place, okay.
Oh, isn't that the guy with mittens?
What's he doing? Varela, here we go. No, this is one of the reporters. Ursula sent you to try and stop me. Oh, this is the guy that was getting yelled at.
Oh, yelled at.
Hold on a second.
He yelled at the office.
Don't waste your time. You can't talk me out of this. I have to follow my instincts. What?
Please, it's for your own good. And you have
because what I'm about to do is unquestionably reckless. I'm going to meet an anonymous source in a shady bar on the wrong side of a planet. A highly dangerous move. Bankrolled by the paper. It's a story worth the risk. I was a war correspondent. Oh, this explains a lot. 5 minutes war? I'm not shaken easily. But this source always has something. Why did I not save? Good. Okay, and we usually have a pretty good time regardless. So I should get going. Oh, and if Ursula didn't send you, maybe don't tell her about this, okay? Oh no. Oh no. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear.
What are you pacing around for?
Wow.
Is Ursula?
Yeah, it's Ursula. Okay. Ursula, that dingbat. That dingbat in the corner.
Why are you tattling on him? Let him do his story.
I'm not tattling on him. I'm hoping she can see him standing in the corner. This is above my pay grade, given that I'm not paid at all. As far as I understand it, except maybe in some boots and a fedora. I just came to pick up my fedora. Why am I getting involved? I'm just the intern. Go get Yaparan. He wants to make a bloody splash or whatever. Go get him. Go get him involved. Jesus Christ, man. Like, I'm here to learn the trade. But let me learn the trade and then I can go say, okay, you monkey, come back here. Right? Okay. Personally, what I would have done, I would have grabbed him by the collar. And I would have dragged him up to Ursula and said, you two need to talk it out, because ethically you can't go waltzing off like that without actually telling your editor-in-chief. Because company might be paying, but company is also paying for your fucking insurance. And if you get caught up in a bloody crime, company also pays. Like, you're just... paper also potentially in disrepute, so... We've yet to be introduced. I'm Ursula Laser Cunningham, editor-in-chief. I read your story on the cat show and of course the shuttle crash. You seem to favor exciting details over the dry but necessary. Oh. Reporting like that certainly brings in readers, but it might hurt your reputation. Well, so far my reputation is fine.
We get commentary of our choices.
The editor-in-chief of the Times and Galaxy noticed the dominant angle in your story so far is sensational. I can't even escape. Scanner colleagues and beings you meet on assignment may react differently depending on the angle you tend to favor in your stories as well as your current readership and reputation. See, this is why I was saying we have to go informational and then the boss likes us. We have to go informational and alien interest. Let's tone down the scandal stuff. If at any point you want
tone down the scandal. Why are we putting value judgment on being sensational? Sensational is what got us to report that the winner of the cat show is a fucking dog.
Yeah, I know. No. Like, was it fully that? There's something with the points. Wait, hold on. So when I escape, I get out of this conversation. I will check. Hold on a second. Hey, we didn't see. Did we see our cat story in the paper? We didn't, right? We didn't see our story in the paper. In the archives.
It sucks. Oh, hello. My internet.
We're expecting big things from you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have an important meeting to get to. Did that go well? The answer is inconclusive. Okay.
Right. My internet. fucking died.
So readership, look, we've got 3 stars. Reputation, we've got 2. So this is our angle ratio at the moment. So yeah, we are far more scandally.
Not far more. We're pretty evenly third, half, third.
Mm,
And this is after 2 stories, you know.
yeah.
And just at both times, our focus, the first focus was, there's been like an
No, I think
autopilot thing.
what happened is like we got the right story to tell, but then because the stuff we uncovered, we couldn't find the line that had the details in an informational pattern rather than in a sensational pattern.
The informational lines we've gotten so far have often been very bland
Yes.
and following the book, right? Like the first one with the police, the information line was basically the police have no comment, and so we'll take them at their word.
Yeah. No. But like
Status quo.
you know, like the thoroughness thing of like how many things you find out or whatever. So if we found out as much as we could, we'd have a bigger choice of different ways in which they convey the same info. And so sometimes there have been things we want to put in the story, but we've only had one option for how we put those bits in, rather than a couple to choose from, whether like some of them will be alien interest and some will be informational. And like for anyone watching, we worked out last week alien interest is like human interest now, but like alien.
Maybe I feel though, like, just if the first story is anything to go by, informational is really just status quo. I don't know that there would have been, say, an informational way to say there's an autopilot.
No, I think it's no. I think the angles are not, when we look at it again, the angles are not the facts. The angles are how the facts are conveyed.
Yes, but what I'm trying to say is the way the game has it laid out so far, there seems to be kind of a secondary meaning behind the angles, being that if you ever want to report on like what seems to be the actual story, you're only ever gonna get it in a sensational way.
No, I don't agree. I think there is an option. Sometimes we haven't been thorough enough, so we don't unlock everything, and we have less to choose from. But the angle is how you convey the information. The information can be conveyed in many different ways, and sometimes, like because in journalism, like, you will be sensational not just for like what you say, but how you say it. And I think there will be some instances where a couple of facts, sure, will be very sensational, and you'll be like, why do I put that in that? Because I'm trying to, that will be an obvious like push in a bias, right? There'll be some bits that are like that, but I think overall it's how you're conveying things, not.
Yeah, I'm just saying from like a game, we'll have to see this next case where they put how they rate what kind of fact. I just, seeing it from a gameplay perspective, I feel like they do distribute what kind of facts you can unlock based on theme. Just from a game, like from a journalism perspective, yes, there are different ways to word the same sentiment. From a game perspective, I feel like there's a secondary meaning behind it. Like the informational one is dry and status quo, and you're just sort of believing people at their
I don't.
Sensational is digging more into it, but that gets tagged as sensational. That sort of, we'll have to see the third case to see how or what kind of information is unlocked based on the tone. But coming from a gameplay perspective, this is my feeling, is that the game is coded in such a way that there is an underlying meaning behind
the underlying meaning will be that if you're always sensationalist, dude, something different is going to happen in the game for sure. But you can't always be like sensationalist, because then you're not going to be the sort of writer for the Times and Galaxy, right? And you might.
No, but the game itself, even when you first start off, discourages you from trying to be middle of the road. It's like, don't. If you want to go full tilt into one, go for it. Right? Like there will be consequences.
My concern is pushing a bias. So I do think there is bias built into some of these. And you can see some of it in some of the informational stuff as well. But it's not
Yeah,
it's
that's what my point. Yeah, right.
it's not no. It's not the case that all the informational stuff is meant to be written in a way that like it's easy to read, and then the alien interest like puts a bit more color into the story, and then sensational, unfortunately, very easy to lead you down the road of bias. It's meant to be shocking
Sure, in real
information.
life.
But you
In
can
the
be biased. You can be biased in the alien interest bit and in the informational bit also. Wait, hold on. I nearly walked into the thingy. Okay.
Oh, Puff Piece is here. He has swallowed something.
What have you done? What have you eaten this time? Your sensors detect green goo in every mechanical joint in this room. Oh,
is that just his collar?
Puff Piece seems to have lubricated every mechanical doodad in sight. Is that part of their official duties? Is Puff Piece employed here? Blurp. Puff Piece, what is it that you do on this ship? Puff Piece wags their tail. As a simple silent answer and yet telling. You pet Puff Piece. They gurgle in delight. You are both better for having had this interaction. Okay, let's get our charisma thingamybobski. Oh my god, we've got 2 things now, eh?
No, that was the 2 options you gave. You could start with the hat and then the glasses, or glasses and then the hat.
Your new charisma cap isn't quite ready. Be patient and check back in a cycle or 2. What?
Not yet. Not yet.
Yeah, I'm working on something great. Okay. You're gonna love it. Okay, must be hard to keep the ship's many robots out of here when the cafeteria is closed and they may be hankering for mid-cycle snack. Okay. Snuzz. It appears this charging station has been custom molded to fit the shuttle box X's weird little body. Okay. Blolop. Barry seems excited.
All the animals have such cute burbly noises.
Yeah. Barry seems excited, maybe because Puff Piece is here. Aww. You gonna pick the doggo? You gonna pick the doggo? Ship status good, thanks for asking.
The ship appreciates you.
Okay.
This is the actual end game is making the ship happy. Okay, now we can probably talk to your editor.
Is that a robo hand? I keep going. Can I get inventory? And like I can't. I can't get inventory.
We haven't talked to the photojournal yet.
No. Hey, sprockets. Lots to
Imagine if
do.
you like named your character actually Sprockets.
I don't mind that they give us nickname. It's
Yeah, but like, I wonder if there's like a dialogue change where it's like, I was gonna call you Sprockets, but that's your name anyway. Like some games do that, where like there's some sort of Easter egg with when you name your character.
Oh.
Sticky keys.
Okay, let me talk to Copybot. Hello, Mari 5000. I trust that you are settling in well.
You can flirt in the coffee.
Easier with you around. Oh dear. I must admit that you intrigue me. My screen appears to be fogging up. That means break time is over. I must get back to my calling, my one purpose. I must edit. It is what I do. Copybot mutters to
I wonder
themselves.
if there's like a route you could go where you just flirt with everyone flirtable and then
Blast it,
you are-
Copybot. Why must you always embarrass yourself? Oh no, you can still hear me. We're giving the copy editor social anxiety. This was not an
But if you
ideal
just, like,
interaction.
you
Oh, he's
flirt
got a
with
little
Flutterbot.
tie! He's got a little tie. It's so cute. Time near verb. Copybot. Time near verb. Aww. Look, he looks like so fed up. He looks so fed up. Please remind the writers to always put the time near the verb in their informational leads. Okay. A deal was struck this cycle, not this cycle, a deal was struck.
Oh! Oh, interesting. Is that an actual, like, grammatical thing?
It can be. His example,
I've never heard of it.
I think you understand the meaning of it, but this is the bit where you're like, you learn the rules of grammar so you can break them. Which people have said to me at work, and I'm staring at them going like, yeah, shut up, I was shortlisted for the prize, okay? Let me have my color, how dare you? Let me have my writing style. It's important for consistency and concision. Arvin rolls the goo equivalent of their eyes. Mari 5000, good timing. Copybot and I were syncing until now. Time is now. Verb is sync. Acceptable distance. What does that even mean? I understood what that means. He was analyzing your sentence. Hello again, intern. I must say, Arvin, this one has potential. I think so too. I really must get back to my work. The war against M-dashes never ends. The lack of M-dashes, more to the point. I suppose
wanted M-dashes.
I suppose someone needs to worry about how close the time is to a verb, and it's not you, and you've got someone to do that job. Let them do their job. That reminds me, I need to ask a favor. Have you met Joe? He's the scanner's captain, a real character. He borrowed my copy of E.B. White Dwarf. Oh! They're inside jokes! They're inside jokes! What was it? E.B. White? Wasn't it Strunk or something? That is the actual, like, no, in my brain it's going to be dwarf. But E.B. White's dwarf, well, E.B. White's Elements of Style is the style guide for journals. And if people watching don't know what a style guide it is, this is how you write. This is how you put your sentences together. These are the words you can use and not use. This is whether you put something in numerals or not. This is where you put your commas, etc. He borrowed my copy of E.B. White Dwarf's Theoretical Elements of Style. It's been something like 84 cycles and I need it back. You'll likely find Joe on the bridge, which is the one part of the ship you don't have access to yet. Find security bot and let them know I gave permission to upgrade your clearance. And you're probably gonna forget to take it back. Actually, can I go into the office? Editor-in-Chief Ursula Laser Cunningham's office. The door is closed. You should probably leave it that way. Okay.
Oh god.
So far we haven't got an assignment yet, which is interesting. What is that? What? What was that?
That was my vacuum cleaner because I saw a bug.
Oh my God, man, I thought I
And
was
while you
missing
were
something
going
in
on
the
and on
game.
about EB White Dwarf, I saw a bug and I screamed and I tried to catch it and failed. So I didn't
Oh, I
get back
thought
to
you were
sleep.
screaming about the EB White thing.
No, I was screaming because there's a bug.
Okay.
I'm like, I just went through pest control. Why are there bugs?
Didn't they say they have to come back and do another round soon?
I hope not.
But they said they did have to.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have any more cockroaches, but these are like the black bugs.
Okay, let us go forth. Oh my, what are you getting all het up about?
Shenanigans.
As you step onto the bridge, a huge shudder runs through the ship. Eek! Give me the bad news, Becca. The tractor beam is pulling us in. Not good. Escape trajectory. Calculating if we max thrust and pivot, we have a 42% chance of escape. Grim but better odds than usual, Oren. I am having a wonderful time problem solving with you too. Great, on my mark. Now, the ship lurches again, but this time the tension breaks and the scanner zips forward. Whee! We did it. It's a pleasure to work with people as legendary as myself. That toll booth station tractor beam has got nothing on the scanner. Oh my god, so we do have to pay tickets. We do have to pay tickets. There is a visa border issue. There is a visa border issue.
That was the guy who was like president for 90 days.
Yes.
That was his invention.
Yeah. Hello? What is happening with this goddamn bloody... Oh, you've gone monkey again. That's what you mean, actually.
Oh no, what's happened? I don't know what you're pointing at. I'm trying to readjust your camera to be able to see yourself. There we go.
Yeah, I don't think it's picking up the green screen.
I mean, like, it is. You are kind of overall transparent, but
yeah. No ticket for us. Fiscally responsible flying. Really? Is it? How many tickets do we owe now? Do we have fines that we need to pay? Does Ursula know? What just happened? It is illegal to avoid receiving a ticket. Only if you get caught. No ticket, no charge. We hate tickets and charges. We love to hate them. You know what? I did ask for socio-anarchists, and now I've got a former war correspondent trying to get his trying to fulfill his need for adrenaline rushes, and I've got a ship full of people willing to dodge ticket charges. So there is socio-anarchy in this newsroom. Yes, there is. I don't know if everybody knows that those things are occurring, but they are a bunch of rebels up in this place. They're kind of softish rebels, but they're rebels nonetheless, right? Rebels nonetheless. Must be the new intern, Mari 5000. I'm Becca, navigator. I'm Oren, one of the scanner's pilots and your new friend. Oh, at least someone is nice to us. Jeez. Oh.
A fair few people are nice.
Yeah, okay. So, the crime reporter is nice to us. The political reporter is nice to us. Security bot. Ursula seems okay. Pharrell is nice because he doesn't want us to give him away. I don't know how you feel about Gravity.
Gravity is just full of himself.
Gravity is full of himself. Arwen's nice. Copybot's nice.
most people like us. Photography bot just likes Yar so much that he's waiting to sass at us because we're not Yar.
Yeah, and I don't know about the catty gays because I haven't heard a catty thing about me yet again out of them out. There's one catty thing so far.
Yeah, I think they're just catty. Like it's not.
Do you think we actually get to talk to them at some point, or they're just like background?
I don't. Probably we get to talk to them. I hope so.
One of the Scanners pilots and a new friend. And I'm Joe, we met before. I'm a bit of a living legend around this. Why are you giving me this spiel? We met you yesterday. Especially to anyone trying to enforce solar traffic laws. Joe told me laws are meant to be broken.
Well, you wanted your social
yeah, I did. I will break more laws every cycle of my life. Oh my god, you've got a sincere intern. Oh no, like, just...
Why, you suddenly becoming a cop? This is what you wanted, isn't it?
Okay, yes, but like, you know, let's plan our rebellion.
Social anarchist planning anything? What?
For maximum impact? Get some buying? Maybe keep your voice down there, Aaron. Arvin sent you up here for a book, right? Here it is. Joe hands you a well-used copy of E.B. White Dwarf's The Theoretical Elements of Style. Inside jokes. Arvin gave me this to help while I write about my many adventures. Not that I used it. Better not to tell them that. Feel free to come visit us again anytime. We like to know the team we're moving from place to place. Oh, that's sweet. And I live to meet new friends. Actually, Oren reminds me of one of my former colleagues.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. System levels are displayed here. Shields at full, life support optimal, overall mood is casual Friday. Overall mood is casual. Let's look at the bridge. Oh, these are their bunks. Okay. Sleeping pods for the pilots so they don't have to go far when it's time to snooze. One of the pods has been outfitted with a Prismanoise machine, very soothing. Aww.
I have the fan on, even when it's cold, as a white noise machine.
Yeah. There it is. Space. You work here. Wow. Okay. Interact. The Scanner's library of coordinate tapes. Central Station, Org, Humania, the classics are all here. With these, you can go anywhere in the DOP system. There's even one called How the West Was Found, Navigating Without Directions. How concerning.
How concerning, smiley face. Oh, you can talk to the...
Yeah, I know, I'm just a little bit confused because I thought this was a bridge door. What is this thing? Oh, is this for Oren? Okay. That's for Oren to sleep in. Welcome to the bridge. As you heard, I'm Becca, Navigator Extraordinaire. Better known as the Scanner's Brains, okay. Hi, Becca. Who calls you the Scanner's Brains? You must be so busy, so many stories to cover. You better believe it. Some days news breaks on multiple planets at once. We got a plotted course that zooms you all there in time. And then we've got to remember to pick you all up again. We're usually pretty good about that though, usually. The nicer someone is, the less likely we are to forget them. Oh, speaking of which, there are 3 rules on being on the bridge. The first is have fun, ask questions, really get to know the place. The second rule is never touch anything and listen to everything I say up here or else, okay? The third rule, see rule 1 again. You'll do great if you keep those in mind, Mari 5 thumbs up, okay? If you don't, well, let's just say you won't be a priority pickup. Now go have fun out there, okay? You just told me to ask questions and you're not even giving me an opportunity to ask questions. Remember the rules. Ask questions of who? Not of you? Okay. Where is said book? This is the ship.
He's given you the book already.
Okay. Ship's navigation system is analog. Once it's analog. Ooh, interesting. Once a magnetic coordinates tape is placed inside, the scanner can zoom its way there. That's interesting that it's analog.
They've given you the book already. It was in that big dialogue.
Please rewind tape after each use or we'll never be able to find our way back. I like that they made it analog. That's so interesting. We chart coordinates using magnetic tapes. The tapes go into this verified coordinates receiver, or as we are calling it, a VCR. Oh my god! You're cackling like you knew this was coming. But
no, but it's great.
I can oh god, what was I gonna say? I can confirm that Tiara and I are both playing this blind at this point. The nostalgia with some of these. I was going, magnetic tapes, oh my god. Will the kids know what magnetic tapes are? I was like, this is such a good thing too, because there's still like so many organizations and stuff that will run certain bits and pieces on like older tech for the sake of the process or the system or whatever, right? And like in the early 2000s, there was like I was working as a volunteer for a radio station, and part of my job was to help digitize their CD. I was just like,
wow,
it's the early 2000s. Like, I'm sure you could just like buy all the music on MP3 faster than you could digitize, but because it was like a community.
Oh my god. Okay, I do not know if this is still a thing.
Yeah.
But I remember Bangladesh in like the last time I was there was 2009, but this would have been the thing I think I was on a trip before, so like early 2000s, right?
Mm-hmm.
They had entire shops where the entire point of this shop was that you can go pick up a bunch of your favorite albums or whatever, pick out songs from those albums and ask them to make a mixtape for you.
Yeah.
That is the business. You tell them, okay, from this album I want this song, and then I want this song, and then I want this song. You give it to them, they give you a mixtape or a mix CD. Wow. Entire shops, and this is not like, some sort of dingy like hole in the wall. This is a fucking shop in like a mall.
Yeah. And like, when I used to go to Singapore in the 90s, you'd go get your bootleg CDs, right? So you couldn't get the album because you didn't have record shops around as much, and so you'd go to like His Master's Voice HMV was one of those record shops in the 90s that all over the Western world, but like not necessarily in parts of Asia, right? So you'd go to Singapore and you'd find all these like places. There was one plaza, what was it called, that was like known for being the place to go, and you'd get like the bootleg movies, the bootleg CDs, all of that stuff.
Oh yeah, Johor Bahru, where I grew up, it's everywhere. It's harder for you to find a legitimate DVD or a legitimate game or like music. At least you can find legitimate copies fairly easy. I lived on cassettes, but like movies cassettes. And games, you will find pirate versions everywhere. You want to buy a legit one? Good fucking luck.
Cassettes,
this is how I got most of my games and movies for that way. It's always pirate.
Cassettes you could get, right? Cassettes were easy to get. But CDs you could not, right? So say you wanted like Backstreet Boys with Big or whatever, and you wanted
CDs you kind of could. There were reputable ways to do it, but like games and movies, I have not seen a legitimate DVD sell.
No. So in the 90s where I was, right, like it was very hard to get an actual album like that, right? Especially early 90s. Let's say not 96, 98, right? But like say 93, 92. At that time, you want to get, I remember I wanted the Janet Jackson CD, okay? And like, I would have to go wait till we went to Singapore or something, and then we'd have to go find this hole in the wall, and we each get 10 Singapore dollars, and you'd be able to buy 3 CDs, right, with 10 Singapore dollars. And the reason you got them that cheap was because, yeah, they were like MP3 files or something. They were like bootleg copies. I had a mixed CD of like Ace of Base and ABBA songs or something like that. It was real. Or Ace of Base and 2 Unlimited, something like that, on the same CD. It was so weird. And yeah, DVDs for like a long time. I was like constantly trying to find DVD series. I would have to get them from shops in Singapore, etc. Those sorts of places. Could not get. Like it was too expensive to buy, and like you couldn't really find a lot of like online places to get them from or anything like that. Games as well. Like somebody had to go overseas and go into like a particular store and find a game, and oh my god. I used to have to give my dad a list of the games I wanted, and the only way you knew what other games there were, even though you had the internet, the only way you knew was through the like ads that they would put in the actual first games. They'll give you with the CDs you'd like go look at the folders, and then have little video clips of like, here's the next game we're making, or and you had to go, I think there's a Sierra 5 or whatever, can you go find it? And he doesn't know what game it is. Like, say, you're going on a business trip. Oh. So yeah, so my dad actually bought me Leisure Suit Larry. And
wow, okay.
I know, because he didn't know. and to be honest, I had not asked for Leisure Suit Larry. So, but he knew, by that point, he knew the game company at least, so that, yeah, so he saw it and he bought it. Dying of laughter. Oh. But yeah, and like, he liked it because it made him feel like he was hip and with it. Don't go exploiting the security. Clearance, I have eyes all over the ship, literal eyes. Okay. Let's go see what story 3 is. So you're saying we have 17 days, and you think we might have 17 stories?
I remember the number 17 being mentioned.
Like, I don't know if we get like a cycle or 2 off. So is this one of our off days?
Maybe.
Oh, we got a time near verb. Get Armin Star Garrett back from Joe. My book. Thanks. Hopefully Joe didn't give you any trouble. So your assignment. Okay, we do get one. From time to time, we have more assignments than reporters. Are we gonna get a double story?
You get to choose.
Oh, we get to. Oh. Huh? I am very bad at this. In real life. I when we have our story discussions, in the mornings, I'm always like, okay, actually, let me read out to you my list, okay? My list of current stories. Keep in mind, I write about property. If you're from the age or whatever, don't listen. Shush. I think it'll be fine though. Okay. Couple of prisons are closing. What does that mean for the sector? That's one story. This story I actually wrote up already. Various construction contracts have been inked for a big infrastructure project. There is a heritage delay for a big project. The state ombudsman has put out a notice that I have to go decipher and see if there is a story behind it. Another infrastructure project that's hit a certain phase that I have to write about. Somebody's assets have been frozen by the finance and security organization thing. And And I don't know if anybody heard about this, but in Melbourne, there was an office tower that got flooded by diesel. And I'm like, how the hell was there diesel in an office tower to begin with to flood it? But okay, there was diesel somewhere in the building and it flooded the building. So I was just keeping an eye on that one. There is one about local government reactions to a particular policy. There is another one I'm starting to try and finish, which I'll have to do. I just realized. Expressions of interest is open for a particular government project. Somebody he's building a data center somewhere. Somebody else is doing something with a heritage building and a tower. A new precinct has been opened. There is a particular disability project that's happening. There's a particular residential project which I've written up already. So I'm gonna do all of these. Question is, which one do I do first, right? So I just leave that up to my editor and go, which one do you want first? And then if I have time, I write up whatever I have the most information for. So like this whole, like, choose. I'm very bad at that. And that was just one day's like thing. Like that list will get longer and shorter, and as I go, like I'll cross things off and then add things on. But yeah, I'm supposed to find 3 stories a day. Like I find more than that. Okay, couple of stories to consider this cycle. The Solar government is announcing a new alien sexual education curriculum. Is this going to make the catty gays talk to us?
Do not know.
The Solar government is announcing a new alien sexual education curriculum. Okay. And there's a new toy all the kids won't shut up about launching at the Space Mall.
Do the two have anything to do with each other?
Possibly. So
that's slightly terrifying to think of.
I know. We haven't even. Do we need to go back to the bloody archives and look up that internet thing and see what like people think about what is current about sex ed, etc. We kind of need to know that, don't we? Like we need to know the current.
You are expecting this to work like actual journalism.
Huh?
You are expecting this to work like actual
This
journalism.
is the point. Like we have to compare it against the actual journalism practice. How much did they manage to put in? How much did they leave out due to like in this case, an editorial decision? And like for gameplay purposes, so like what did they choose to leave out because it was not going to work in gameplay or it was too complicated to put in or whatever. Like how much are they trying to like maybe you can't convey the full feeling of it, but like you give people a taste. So, but yeah, I'm trying to compare it. I don't know what do you have to choose now. Okay, I forgot to say. I'll let you pick which one to cover.
Ooh, you can ask how you're doing so far.
Is my reputation? Your reputation is good, I think. Your fellow reporters have nothing but good things to say about you. Okay. Nice work, Mari 5000. How are you liking my work? You've mostly written sensational content. At this rate, the dope dealer is going to go out of business.
Oh, come on!
Okay.
Really?
Okay.
Not towing the party line. Oh my god.
Curious about anything else. How is readership? Readership is good. Not always the goal, but I guess it means we have jobs. What else would you like to know? Okay. So thanks. Okay, then here's what I have to cover this cycle curriculum. Oh, do I have to choose now? I should have probably gone.
Yes.
Fuck.
You can't save.
I have dice.
Okay, so let me. This is sort of related to my time as a youth journal. So we actually, our youth journal program, we were invited to cover actually much the same thing. Announcement of a new sex ed curriculum for Malaysian schools. So a bunch of us were invited to be part of the conference where they were like going to announce it. There's like they were going to introduce bits of it, whatever. One of the sessions, so it's us youth journals from the Star Brats, different like human rights organizations, different like feminist organizations. What the fuck, right?
Mm.
Actually, I'm not even sure if I went there as brats or I went there as like one of the feminists or one of the two. And we got to the point where they were trying to talk about the chapter, or that we have like a section on homosexuality, and basically saying, every religion thinks homosexuality is bad. Blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
As per usual in Malaysia. And I got up and I said, look, firstly, that's inaccurate as all hell. We can't make such a blanket statement about every religion having an opinion that homosexuality is bad. Secondly, it is going to be very detrimental to like queer students. Me, mouthing off in the view of like potentially the government and so on. I am surprised I am not arrested. But I said all that. I made my peace, whatever. I did not get kicked out. But I had the Malaysian the main human rights organization offered me a job then and there.
So did you
and
take
I had
it?
all of these people. No, because I was like 19 in between things. Supposed to go to uni.
Yeah.
And they were like, I think after uni, take the job or whatever. I didn't follow up on it. But I was working somewhere else at the time. And yeah, people were applauding that I said something. It's like, great, cool, could have gone. Did not realize at the time how much trouble I was getting myself into, but I was just like, come on, man.
Yeah. I'm rolling dice because I can't decide.
You can't decide.
I told you this was not my strong point.
Are you going to do the thing where it's like you roll the dice and then however you feel about the result is what you should do?
Well, it shows curriculum announcement.
Hey.
So maybe you're right, both end up being the same story, but we could see. DOP Solar Government is announcing a new standardized sexual education curriculum for the entire system. I need you to attend a press conference on Central Station. That's where the Solar Government's education minister will unveil the new curriculum. Should be a solid informational yarn.
We shall see about that. We shall see about that.
I'll try. I think we'll uncover certain information that we will convey in an informational way, okay? But like, I do get told this occasionally. Like, don't get all excited. Like, we are B2B, Marissa, we're not B2C. It's like, everybody's a human. Let me write my human interest. Everyone's a human. Including our audience. And then I'm right. They're like, oh yeah, we love her.
Oh, you have to look with. You can see more about the two options.
Okay.
Before you make a decision.
What are my options again? Here's what I have this cycle, okay? New toy launch, okay?
Okay, what does that say?
There's a new toy every parent needs, apparently, okay? Like, so he's like, yeah, marketing's been hello, right? Something called a silly cube.
Oh, like a Rubik's Cube.
It's a Rubik's Cube. Yeah, if I go to this and it's a Rubik's Cube, it's gonna be like the fucking dog thing again, isn't it?
It'll be like not a cube. It'll be like a lava lamp or something really random like that.
I'm not sure this is a story.
Oh, come on. That's bait. That's fully bait. That's bait for like a sensational thing right there. Come on. This is basically, do you want autopilot or do you want cat show? Like,
Oh.
yeah, this feels you say
I,
this.
I think you're right. It's gonna be a fucking lava lamp or it's gonna be a Rubik's Cube, and we are gonna be sitting here screaming at the screen because we can't work out how to find enough information.
No, you know
So-
what? No, what? That's that angle.
No,
What I think might be
listen, I haven't finished. We're gonna be sitting here screaming at the
Uh-huh.
screen because we are trying to work out how to find enough information so that when we build the story, we actually can say, "Hey, this is not new." Like,
no.
you know, did
No.
we miss in the three things that we missed in that fucking story? Did we miss something about going, "Hey, this is a dog, not a cat"?
I don't think we as a Robo Reporter would have known the difference. Anyway, no.
No,
my
that's
point
what I'm
being,
saying. Did we
that's
miss?
one-
Did we miss something
one-
that would have told us that fact? Is what I'm saying.
That is one way to go. What I'm thinking here is the other way, which is he says this is not a story. We get there, it's a story about some kind of large scale corruption or some other big deal.
Yes.
That is not necessarily there's a new toy in town, but we uncover some actual fucking dirt. This is big.
Oh.
This is like, oh, it's probably nothing, but
Oh.
it might end up being a bigger story. You have the than we think.
Is it that Digda fellow repurposing the pilot thing?
The what, the who, the what now?
The autopilot part that we talked to, we left there, right? And that guy was gonna come in and take everything after they
Ooh,
like so, and then there was that article about him opening up the center on Humania, and so has he is that the guy selling the toy because it's a repurposed pilot thing?
maybe. So yeah, I mean, like both are it. I feel like there's something behind the surface of this story.
Well,
Oh,
but
God.
equally there's something behind the surface of the sex ed thing.
Sure, but the bait being, I'm not sure this is a story, to me feels a bit like this is actually the biggest story we could ever get.
Yeah. Is this where we have to demonstrate we have the nose for news thing? Like this is
I don't know. I do not know. I feel like they wouldn't want to punish you for going for one story over the other, you know?
Not sure this is a story, okay. But editor-in-chief Ursula insisted I assign it to someone. Okay, now listen.
You think something's going on.
Presumably we choose one and the other gets assigned to the other intern, right?
Yeah.
Or we drop it completely. And
Yeah.
maybe part of the story is going to be that whichever story we don't choose, the dope dealer gets a scoop on. So maybe this is where the scoop thing comes into play. Either that or the other intern gets it. But he just said we have more assignments than reporters, so maybe
Yeah.
it's a situation where it's like we can't cover every story. So this is the point where you get to that thing where you can't cover everything. So you have to choose. So you have to deal with the disappointment. I can't even save. Can I know I'm in the middle of a conversation? I can't fucking save.
So what are we doing?
Well, I rolled the dice and it gave me 1. So 6 said. But you want to do the toy.
Well, before I don't know. They're both good.
So he thinks that is a story for sure. I guess this is the thing of like sometimes everybody thinks this is the story, but it's not. This is the story instead. I don't know, they might penalize you for not choosing that. I think we should cover the press
I
conference.
don't know. Either way, it's up to you. It's your game, but it's
Okay.
also like past 10 o'clock.
Oh, that's true. Cover the press conference. Okay. Have fun. Try not to file anything too graphic. Something like this always brings out the weirdos. Be extra careful who you quote and how you write it. I don't need those weirdos flooding my inboxes with debris. Oh, okay. I want to go have a look at the archive. I mean, that is a good point. There will be all sorts of people with their opinions. And somebody might have a point, but I don't know if we be able to. We might have to argue for that. Not Luke or Lee. Okay. Laws, okay. All of the DOP systems governed by a centralized justice system run in accordance with Zeal law, presided over by a judge bot on Central Station. The court is divided into the prosecution and the defense. In many cases, the attorneys are the same two verge. They're not necessarily efficacious at their job. The Zeal jury is confined to a set of jury pipes in the wall of the courtroom. Once a Zeal has made the decision regarding the defendant's guilt or innocence, which can happen at any point during the trial, members of the jury slide themselves into one of two tubes labeled guilty and innocent. These tubes are in plain view to observers. A case does not need a unanimous consensus to be resolved. It's resolved by which tubes have the most zeal at the end of the trial. Punishment structures built around getting the help one needs and are usually ironic in nature. If someone commits a crime, they must atone for their actions by putting back into society what they've taken away, sometimes metaphorically, sometimes literally. Enforcing laws and maintaining public safety are the responsibilities of DOP's legion of police bots of various ranks and disciplines. Some more common crimes include traffic infractions related to illegal shuttle racing, illegal shuttle parking, and shuttle lapse in registration. Other crimes include murder, including eating, diet tampering, goop pollution, usually a Zeal-related offense, and a set of rarely enforced Gardner laws including carrot fraud, cabbage smuggling, and misuse of hedge funds, typically earmarked for hedge maintenance. We were right, there's a whole system.
There's a whole garden-related economy happening here.
Okay. Jesus. Okay. Time. Laws. Hollow paper. Okay. Could not necessarily find anything pertaining to governmental stuff. I think you're right though, like maybe we should have done the toy one. Do you want to go see if the hat's ready now?
Yeah, sure.
I regret very much. I don't think it's done. Okay. Let's go dig up corruption.
Hat's not ready?
That's not ready. Okay. Oh, that's Central Station. Why is it blasted open? Extra curricular activity. You're just in time to see Armand Obam, DOP System Education Minister, step to the podium and begin their presentation. Obam emanates warmth for a strictly professional amount of time before speaking. Today, the Solar government announces a new sexual education curriculum. Okay. The intention of this curriculum is clarity. It covers the system's 5 intelligent species. Oh, already we are in a problem. After consultations spanning the entire system, we have developed a standardized lesson plan for all of DOP to use. We are pleased to share some excerpts with you now. The crowd murmurs. Obam clears the equivalent of their throat. The murmurs cease. We understand concerns about publicly sharing such materials. Ooh. But rest assured, the following presentation features no overt erogyny. Okay. It is appropriate for all ages.
Oh dear. Ah dear. This is the problem is, as the in characters, the Robo Reporter, we have no way to know this is not true.
Maybe we should have read more.
Well, I don't think the archives would have told us anything.
No, but they had stuff about each species, and we should have
but
read.
I don't think that would have helped us. Like, I don't think it's like, you know something.
The
This
humans.
is not Ace Attorney. We do not get information to contradict people.
The humans of Humania. I was reading that Zeal court thing, and I was thinking, oh my god, do we have to go into court at one point? Like, the humans of Humania. Okay. A human present who doesn't appear to be a member of the press scoffs at the screen. Obam is not fazed. Human reproduction is simple. When humans wish to have a child, they submit a request to the storks, a flock of mysterious gigantic birds that live on Humania. The would-be parents must prove their deep love for each other, or be eaten. Once the human love is proven, the stork takes flight and returns with a baby in 7 to 10. 7 to 10 business.
The glasses have come off.
Maybe we should have taken the toy.
Oh god.
What? Nobody knows from where the storks procure these tiny humans.
Well, she did say, the narrator did say there's a human watching who's laughing at this.
But they always match the DNA of the parents who receive them. When Zeal wished to propagate...
See, now we can't think, none of this is reliable anymore to us, as players.
Yes, this is true. They remove a small clump of themselves and combine it with clumps of other Zeal. These clumps merge into a brand new life. The combination process can include clumps from many parents.
So the home start.
A robo-child is born of an ordered assembly kit. Their bodies will remain as built unless later modified. It is imperative all instructions are followed during their assembly. A new robo's programming is a blank slate. They must be socialized like an adolescent of any other species. When a verge reaches adulthood, one of their growths will begin to gently thrum. This means it is ready to be broken off and planted in one of Prito's many spawning grounds where it will incubate and hatch. Every verge is capable of planting a growth. Auger reproduction begins with the fertilization of a solar egg. Each egg is buried a few feet underground to protect it from the planet's harsh surface elements. Once hatched, an infant auger will claw its way to the surface. It will immediately seek a piece of junk to shield itself from any threats, and wait to be discovered by its parents. They are not necessarily the same parents who created it, but rather any adult augurs that find and claim the child. This concludes our announcement. I am now pleased to answer a few questions. I have a lot of questions.
Well, at least now I understand like what each race of being is a little better.
Oh, seed. He found a periwiffle seed known for releasing incredibly fragrant spores when touched. It also called the scratch and sniff plant by humanians of a certain age. Oh my god. The government-mandated spread of light refreshments includes Zap slime canisters, several bowls of dirt, and sliced white bread. Okay.
I wish conferences here would follow what Malaysian conferences do, where there is breakfast, morning tea, lunch, afternoon tea, dinner, supper. Like, if your event was gonna fall between any of those times, those meals must be provided.
Election campaign time, they would provide a bit of food when I covered elections. But I don't think they do that right now with the country chaos. Another reporter jumps in before you can speak. Brian, the listening one, drop dealer. Did Zeal Prime give any input on the curriculum? Prime was informed of the update. After examining it, they say, do baby augurs really look like that adorable? Prime offered no further input or questions. Ooh, these two are good. What was the consultation process like? Why standardize the curriculum? Representatives from every planetary education system provided input throughout the consultation process. Again, the focus was on accuracy. A third reporter, they look a bit young. Hey, who made the images used in the presentation? The images were created by Central Station's in-house graphic design team. Every species had final say on their imagery. The robos were particularly pleased. Auburn nods at you. Do we ask who Zeal Prime is? I don't think so.
It's up to you.
Auburn scoffs. Excuse me, you do not know the benevolent being on which you are currently standing? Central Station is Zeal Prime. Okay. Perhaps you should visit the Viscous Throne before asking such uninformed questions, okay? And with that, Auburn steps away from the podium. You should see if anyone else wishes to comment, okay?
The comment, winky face. There was a winky face at the end of that sentence.
Now, brochures for all sorts of governmental programs and job opportunities. You know, maybe you should consider a second career in tax mining. Tax mining, okay. Okay. The hell is this? Who the hell is this guy?
You're not gonna talk to him again?
I will talk to him in a minute. I want to talk to everybody else first. The augur nods and smiles as you walk up. He doesn't seem to know what to do with two of his hands. Oh, why hello. What brings you down to the announcement? Well, it's important. My name is Candor Kriglin. I'm a teacher and was one of the Augur consultants on this curriculum. Okay. That's why I came to the announcement today in support. I was proud to be here for its unveiling. I had hoped more people would show up. But I guess a curriculum announcement isn't universally thrilling. What was the consultation process? It was excellent. The government representatives were really good, appropriately neutral. They asked a lot of questions that were really specific, but professional, so it wasn't too uncomfortable. I am a new parent myself, so I had a lot of first-hand knowledge to offer. Maybe don't quote me on that. Oh. Okay. Don't want to become. Do I say wow, congrats, or do I ask about impact? Thank you. Being a parent is it's a lot. You know, burying your egg and just walking away. And coming back later to check if they've hatched. We ended up finding a second hatched child in addition to the one we had left. Our little family has quickly grown. So it was nice to do this consultation. I feel like I can help other new parents with this sort of thing, which is one less thing for them to worry about. And there are many things to worry about. And on that note, I should get home. Thank you for speaking with me. Okay. Oh, there's a chair. Why do I need to sit? This is the only chair they set out for their press conference. They clearly were not expecting many people. Okay. All the cameras. What is this Gadgematic? A zeal body, they leave these behind when they travel through the goo tubes. Sounds like fun. Yeah, stop you. Hey. Sorry, still laughing about how uptight that presentation was. About sex stuff. She glances at your jacket. Times and Galaxy, huh? I think I've read your stories, Mari 5000, right?
Ooh, you're famous.
Yeah. Shouldn't you be in school right now? Why did you come to the announcement?
Oh, this is an actual student.
I don't know if they're student. I think they might be a teacher as well. Why do you come to the announcement? Oh, I'm just a big fan of curricula. Can't get enough. Joking. I'm just one of the students. Oh, you are right. Yeah. Students, the consultant for this curriculum. Winifred Prippett. How did they pick you? I'm kind of a big deal as far as school-age nerds go. My grades are good, like really good. Top 99th percentile in all of DORP. So the school often asks me to do stuff like this. It's kind of fun. My friends get jealous. What was the consultation process like? I mean, it felt funny to talk about reproduction in a room with people like taking notes. They were so serious, asking us what we knew about how species reproduced. And we knew so much, they seemed embarrassed. Especially because we kept calling it banning. It was so funny. Like, every species poops, every species bans. Why be ashamed about it? It was so funny. Okay, you're very blunt. Yeah, well, someone's gotta be. But I should get back. Don't want to be late. I have rehearsal for our school musical, These Miserables. Huh? It's about revolution. Very inspiring stuff. Thanks for chatting with me. Okay. So they got the human information from a kid.
I mean, if they're getting their sex ed information from teenagers.
The other journalist present acknowledges your approach with a snort. So you are TNG's new hire, Mari 5000, yeah. I read your files on the crash and the cat show. You turned a couple of typical stories into something someone might actually read. Nice work. So somebody likes us.
So you got a good reputation.
Byron, the listening one. Senior reporter with the dope dealer. How long have you been reporter? Since you were still an assortment of unassembled parts. I am the most experienced reporter in DOB. The best too. Okay. What do you think of the announcement? Nice try. You don't get to pick my brain to pad your word count. Nothing personal. I'm happy to commiserate about the job. But we don't talk about stories before we write them. My insights are
interesting
for my readers. Yes and no. You should be one of them. Thank you for the tip. Plenty more where that came from. Buy me a drink sometime. I'll give you better tips than Arvin ever could. We are... Oh! Lead up to being poached. Lead up to being poached. Why doesn't someone just fucking poach me? Poach me! I don't have to write about property anywhere. Poach me. Okay. The protester snaps to attention. He seems very intense. Are you the media? Yes, Times and Galaxy care to share your thoughts. The TNG is too mainstream for me. But you're the only one here who's been willing to talk to me. My name is Clarence Finspar from Humania, and that was all garbage. Okay. The solar government should be ashamed of itself. Why should they be ashamed? Crap. Spits on the ground, okay. That announcement was a parade of vulgarity. Oh! What? Okay, so even that stock stuff was too vulgar for him. Okay. Wild, dangerous. Okay, so here's my question now. In this universe, is it possible that this is actually how humans reproduce in this universe?
That's what I just said. But also, we heard from the kid, she talked about banging, and we don't know if it's like something got lost in translation or this is just how it actually works. Like, the kid didn't say it was wrong.
Like, yeah, I know, and I'm just wondering whether we missed that or whether...
We have no way to dispute this.
This is what I'm saying. We couldn't dispute the bloody...
Where dogs are cats.
Yeah, we couldn't dispute the dog thing. And... like...
Yeah, but this is set in the far future, where our current civilization as we know it has been long dead. And a lot of society is built on like the dregs of what we currently have. So, bound to be a bunch of things lost in translation somewhere.
I mean, maybe. Maybe they are test tube babies made from the DNA, but the stalk is the delivery mechanism.
Maybe.
Like, so they'll send off their DNA, they'll ask the stalk to bring it back. Babies made, babies gestated, born, incubated, wherever, and then it's delivered by. But and they've sped up gestation and incubation to 7 to 10 business days. This far in the future, maybe that is. Oh, huh? Wild, dangerous vulgarity. Okay, It looks as though others at the conference are starting to pack up. You might want to wrap this up, or you might miss the chance to interview other people. But I have interviewed everybody else. So it's good thing we didn't start with him then. We have to protect our children from interstellar smut, not hand it to them on a government-sanctioned platter. The presentation was for all ages. You thought it was... Okay, yes. So much vulgarity was implied. Okay, any children watching could fill in the gaps. Winifred Prippett has left the room, thankfully. You have already spoken to her. How would you have to teach? It shouldn't be taught at all. Oh, creepy dude. Okay, these are discussions that should only happen between parent and child. And that conversation should happen exactly once. We have to protect our children, okay, by keeping shameful deeds as private as possible, out of respect for that shame. It's good that you prioritize speaking to them.
Do you want to spend your journalism time trying to like advocate?
Oh, and don't think you media types are some arbiters of decency. You need to let me... Okay, no. I need to walk away. I'm petitioning the solar government. Okay, this is good. This is something. At least this is a fact we can use, right? Maybe. To overturn this curriculum. Will you sign as well? Oh, and then you can write an article about our cause. No, thanks, I have to be objective. Ugh. That's the problem with reporters like you. I should have your job because nobody asks the right questions, like why the government wastes our money on this. Why this one time? Okay.
Yay.
Let's talk to janitor. Sweep.exe.
What is our janitor bot cleaning after everyone?
No, that's what I'm saying. It's a common model.
Everyone.
It's a common model because it was at the cat show too.
Yeah. I love janitor bot. Janitor bot's my favorite.
Okay, so now here's the question. Is the story... Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Is the story that they got it wrong?
Let's see what we have.
Okay, 10 out of 11. So I think the one thing we might have missed is maybe something either the Olga fellow was going to tell us or the student was going to tell us, right? So...
Yeah, because we had like a different way.
Okay, curriculum unveiled. We don't know what that is. Parents scoff. Okay, the curriculum...
It wasn't the parents scoffing, it was the kid.
Yeah, the kid was coughing. So, lead. Intersolar government. Oh. Alien interest. That's interesting. We can go with that. Curriculum is garbage.
One person is calling it garbage. Oh no, the other human. Claire is the one scoffing.
Yeah, but the kid was the one scoffing it. Comprehend.
Not necessarily. Clarence is human. He just said a human scoffed. Look, you look at the readership, right? One of the informational ones, your readership goes way fucking down.
Yeah, that one because it's very boring. So that's one way of putting it, but then you come up to this one and then it's still informational, but so we had what was that? Okay, so that doesn't do anything. So that okay, with consultation, still about consultation, but it's -3 readership. But then you have this, and this is also still consultation stuff. That's why the government is unveiling a comprehensive illustrated course of reproduction across the DOP system. That's fine. Um. hmm. Hmm.
Oh, because she didn't want you to say anything about it, so your reputation goes way down.
Did she tell us that? Like, I didn't think she.
The new parent line. She was like, please don't put it on the record. You go to the line where she talks about the new parent, you look at
Oh
what
yeah, yeah,
happens
yeah.
to
Okay,
record.
yeah. They said don't put that. Yeah, that's fine. I'm not gonna. Hmm.
Yeah, none of this is particularly useful.
No.
I mean, we sort of have to take sort of the best of a bad situation, I guess. Like, it's funny.
I think maybe that is the best. But the problem is, we are quoting a kid.
We don't actually know how old the student is. They could be like early college age for all we know. Like, we're just sort of making an assumption they're a minor, but like for a reason. This gets you like, well, that's wrong. Firstly,
see what I'm saying? Like, you could convey it this way, and that's sensational, right? But you could put it this.
That's just straight out wrong, though. That's
Yeah.
not. It's the correct.
Yeah. Right. So graphic makes you think it's something else, right? And then like you have this, so it's in part about conveying stuff. And then you have this version.
The problem is you can't compare. I don't think you can compare the sensational line and the alien interest line in this instance, because they are talking. One is just flat out a lie.
Well, it was a graphic image. That is what they will argue. That is what you argue, that it's a question of how it will be taken, and obviously your first instinct is to read it in a certain way. But it does have another meaning. That's informational, right? I think we have to do this one. That gives us a bit more.
Seems a bit.
That's informational, but gives us a bit more reputation than this one, which doesn't.
I mean, I don't. I guess it's your story. It's your story.
I know you're saying that. Why am I always falling down on the quote part?
Well, remember, no, the quotes, we did not have any good options.
Because I think we didn't ask, like, we didn't ask.
We
are only missing one. Why are we getting 10 out of 11 for thoroughness when we have, like, gaps for things?
Well, I don't know. I don't know that.
I like this one, though. Where's the consult? I think we need to put something in about consulting.
No, I think I have this.
That's why. Yeah. Hmm. Okay, I'm gonna go with this. I can't.
Yeah.
Because do we have anything? Oh, we. Oh, damn it! The key quote is sensational. Curses.
I don't think it matters.
Okay.
It's just one out of all of it. Like if you look, if it, it depends on if it's one sensational out of like 2 units to informational. I don't think it will make that much of a difference. You're
Okay.
not going to get it even because 5 is an odd.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's
Okay.
fine.
Yeah.
Again, I do not think there is really a wrong way to do this.
Mm.
This just reflects your choices. Just reflects how the
Reputation
rest of the story will
high.
unfold.
Woo! Readership high. Woo! Oh. Wow, you really dug deep into this story. Okay, I'll take it. Don't you tell me it wasn't informational. Ah. Yeah. The limitations of the game when you can't write it yourself. It is 11:15, so I'm wondering whether we call it quits there and come back to this because we've done 2 of the stories. What are your thoughts? Tiara?
Yeah.
I was saying, what are your thoughts on, like, do we call it quits because we've done 2 stories, or?
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So thank you very much for coming to the stream. Thoughts so far, Tiara? Tiara? Hello? I was asking you about
What?
your thoughts so far.
My thoughts so far. I'm just waiting to see some of the consequences of our actions.
I know, but if there are 17 cycles, then maybe there's 17 stories.
Yeah, there's 17 stories, but then like a big part of the marketing for this was that how you choose to write the story and how you choose to do things will have an impact on how the game works. Like we had one big choice with the whole do you rescue the autopilot or not? And so I'm just waiting for some of those story specific choices to pan out. Beyond just, oh, you are slightly more sensational, so people are responding to you this way. I'm just waiting for stuff like that to see how they pan out.
Yeah.
Like will we see some effect on the autopilot? Like how is he okay, right? I'm curious to see if it's gonna be, because that was such an obvious like early choice, pick up the autopilot with you or not. I want to see what the consequences for either option was. And I don't, the cat show, there might be something I do not know. Maybe the fact that we plastered a picture of a dog on there, maybe in a cycle 2 or 2 we will get some sort of news report saying people are protesting the cat show. I want to see if that's the thing that happens in this game.
Yeah, I understand. But I also think, like, we took forever to play one story, and we managed to do 2 this time around. And so it feels like that because we've been taking 2 weeks to get this far because we're streaming, right? So maybe if you're playing it by yourself, of course it goes faster, and if you see the consequences more, maybe you have to do, say, 3-4 stories before that stuff starts happening, because part of it is like, week 1 we were like, it's a bit of a tutorial session, like and also going and exploring the ship and meeting everybody and all of that stuff. And even now we were still doing some of that. There were a couple of people we just got to talk to, I will be cross if we don't get to use our charisma cap and our shades and stuff.
Yeah, we haven't had any that was investigating spaces.
Yeah, like, and I felt like we definitely needed that. We could have used that for other stories, and maybe they were written purposefully. Like, maybe the whole point of us feeling like we missed out on stuff there is so that when we get those things, we're prompted to try and look for those things. Because we got the option to scan the wreckage, remember? In the very
Yeah,
first.
that's the thing I'm saying. We didn't have a chance to do that with the this other two
In
stories
the
yet.
cat show, why didn't we scan the curtain?
Option wasn't given.
Yeah, the option wasn't given, and I was just wondering, like, you know.
But
like,
again, like, we as players know that was a dog. Robo Reporter in this universe, are dogs even a thing? Right? Even one of your headlines was a canine wrote the cat show. But like at no point do we have any information to say canines are not cats. Maybe they are in this version of the universe.
yeah. So
Maybe
like,
humans do reproduce via storks.
yeah.
You know?
So I'm thinking, like, yeah. I understand that you're waiting to see that, but I think, yeah, maybe we'll have to do another story, and then things will start happening around us, and we'll see the impact of our choices. But I mean, already the dope dealer is like, hey, come talk to me anytime, kind of, and I've got better tips to give you than Arvin, So already you're being set up for like, oh my god, which mentor shall I choose?
Well, we're having
and maybe that wouldn't have,
I've read your stuff and it's good.
yeah, maybe that wouldn't have happened if we took a more informational stance. Like, it was more informational on the first couple of stories than it ended up being. But yeah, I think they've written them in such a way so that you feel those bits, there's bits missing that you could do better, and then you get the option for the hat and the shades and stuff, and then prompts you to actually like do more digging slowly. Like, you're getting used. These are like baby one cases. Like, you're getting used to the whole thing. Yeah, but it's so interesting. What I like about it is, like, so much of it is the same gameplay for a detective story, right? So I like that part where you're trying to work out what's happened. So I like that bit. And I like that they've treated it that way. Like, okay, you have to go interview all these people. You have to try and get like information out of them. You have to go look at everything, and then you have to go write instead of a case report or working out what has gone on, you have to like write your thing. And I want to see, like, if the actual archives actually play a part or not, or whatever. If we can use them, maybe get told different game mechanics as we go. But I think, yeah, part of it is like, maybe there's a bit of impatience because we might have on our own played through up to case 4, end of case 4 even at this point, very quickly moved on, and like, it's hard to stop myself from playing this the rest of the week. So I'm like, I want to know what happens. But I like the notion of replayability, that like, maybe I can go back and I can work out how to get the information that I want. All of that. But yeah.
Maybe there's a new game plus option.
A new what?
New Game Plus. A lot of games have this where after you finish the game the first time, there is a New Game Plus setting where you could start from the beginning, but you retain a bunch of like your skills or whatever.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
So you're not starting from scratch necessarily.
Like, maybe like,
I don't know if this game necessarily set up for that, but
maybe like, maybe it highlights the choices you've taken before or something to help you navigate to other choices. Yeah. Maybe. Highly possible. Cool. Anyway, I'm really excited. I want to see more games like this. I don't know how long this is. I remember when we first played the demo, I really wanted it to continue, so I'm glad. I have no idea if you're remembering 17 as a number, and I'm just like, oh my god, 17 stories, probably more if they're giving you options for choices. Do you think, say they had whatever X number of stories they had in the game, right? Do you think they'd add DLC? People writing more? Because like I'm like, copy chaser, do you want to give me a job? I'll write your DLC for you. I mean, you had like half your team was journos. I assume they did the writing. I think that would be amazing. That would be so much fun. Yeah. But thank you for playing with me so much. Thank you to anyone watching now or later. We will be back next week, unless one of us is doing something that we have forgotten about. We will be back next week, same time, same Twitch channel, and 7:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. I'm Mari Still Plays. This is Creatrix Tiara, and bye bye.